Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend, a great Easter. Um, I definitely want to cover some of the things that I've posted recently on my social media that have to do with women doing some dumb shit to trap a man. There's been a lot of TikTok videos, there have been a lot of Facebook posts, Twitter, a lot of garbage. And what's really disgusting is that a lot of people are taking it as a joke. They think
Twitter,
it's
a lot of
um,
garbage. And what's really disgusting.
they think it's funny. They think that hey, they're just doing it to get a couple of views and shares. It doesn't mean that that's what they're really doing. But why would we make that a joke? Because we know that if a man did what half these women are doing online for a couple of shares, they'd be shut down, locked up, everything will be bad for them, right? So we need to give these women the same energy. It is perfectly okay to go on TikTok and, after food to go viral if that's what you want to do. But when it comes to you making jokes about trapping a man to go viral, I don't think it's funny at all. People are dying over that shit. People think the shit is funny until you hear about a woman getting her head blown off because she told a man, hey, this child really isn't yours. I only use you for your money. This stuff happens every day. And what's crazy is how people try to flip the script and they try to say that, well, men do it too. Well, unfortunately, I haven't been sent one video of a man claiming that he trapped a woman into getting pregnant. If you see that video, please send it to me. I would love to expose a man for doing the dumb shit that these women are doing. But unfortunately, you probably won't see it anytime soon. I've never seen one video of a man saying, hey, I put this, I told her whether I told her I'm gonna put this condom on and I poked holes in it and look, I made this bad bitch get pregnant. Now her body is ruined. I don't see that a lot. I don't. So if you guys see it, let me know. But we're gonna address the women that are posting this dumb shit for attention and they think it's funny. And we have women that are saying that it's innocent because they're just joking. I don't see a joke in trapping a man. I think it's unfair because a lot of men have kids today because they thought maybe I bought some bad condoms. Maybe I should have wore two condoms, not even knowing that she poked a hole in all of the motherfucking condoms. Um, I made a post recently that got reported on Twitter, and I'm sure they're going to try to report me everywhere else, like TikTok and things like that. But the woman was telling women how to poke holes in the condom and then seal the box back up. So a lot of women will say, well, he should have worn a condom. He should have strapped up. He should have put on two condoms. So what happens if a man buys his own condoms? He's in a relationship with a woman. They're dating. They're together. He buys these condoms brand new sealed, right? He goes off to work. She goes over his house. She goes over, opens up the box, pokes some little bitty holes in each of the three condoms that are in the pack, seals it up with some nail glue, and puts it right back in the drawer. Do you honestly think the man is going to assume somebody might have opened up this box and poked holes and sealed it back up and put it back in my drawer? Like, guys, I mean, come on. We know that no one's thinking that deep. They're thinking in their mind they bought some good condoms from the store and the box is sealed. Nothing is defective. So it happens. It's going to continue to happen. And a lot of men won't even know that they were a part of the trap. They won't know. But you got women right now that are in groups that do this shit for fun. You know where these ballers are going to be. You know where these stars are going to be. And you know that they're going to use a condom. And the guy thinks, oh, I did nut in her. So let me take the condom off and flush it down. I flushed it, not knowing that the condom was already defective because of the woman. And no woman is going to be held liable. No woman's going to go to prison for it because we're not making it a bigger deal than it should be. Um, I honestly think that women that do that should serve minimum 10 years in prison because men are not asking for these kids. If a man tells a woman, I do not want kids, and he is using condoms faithfully, you have no right to poke a hole in his condom. And if it turns out that you did and they can prove it, she needs to go to prison. I'm not talking about a slap on the wrist for some community service because now you've brought a baby into the world and that's 18 years of his life that he has to now devote to that child that is his, right? Because it will be his child. And at the end of the day, women are doing it and they think it's funny. They don't mind carrying. And what's funny is that women will say, why would she want to carry a man's baby, risk her life, just to go viral? No, it's bigger than that. If he's a baller and he's making money She's doing this so that she can have his baby, and now you're indebted to me for 18 motherfucking years. Y'all acting like this ain't a hustle. Nick Cannon's about to have his 8th baby. What, his 5th baby mama? Ask yourself why these women are continuing to spread their legs wide to have another bastard baby. Nick Cannon is probably not going to live that long as what he's telling people, right? So he's going to keep pumping and dumping. That's disgusting. But what's more disgusting is that all these women know Nick Cannon's motive, and they're still busting it open. So don't tell me that women aren't busting it open to get a child support check every month. These women know that these men don't want to be with them. They know these men are not going to marry them, and yet they're still creating bastard babies. But we're blaming just Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon already told these hoes his motive. I'm only going to fuck you and keep it moving. You're going to have my baby, and I'm going to keep it moving. So what happens when he has like 15 kids and he dies? Do you think all his money is going to last for 18 years? If you're dead and not making no money, how are these babies going to survive? So again, I will hold the woman more accountable because she knows what the man's motive is, and she's still busting it open. But what these women are doing, they're poking holes and they're doing things to have a man's baby who didn't want the baby to begin with, didn't want to have kids to begin with. They know this, and their motive is, let's poke a hole in the condom. The slightest little hole that he won't see. He's not going to be thinking, well, maybe my condom is defective. It was in a sealed box, but I'm just going to assume these are bad condoms. Now, the woman who made the post, she's dating him. They were dating. They were together. So he had no reason to think that this woman would trap him because they were dating. They were in a relationship, and she trapped him. 7 years later, you can't do nothing about it because I'm sure they don't have that condom, right? I'm sure he doesn't have that box, right? So what she did was now told her truth 7 years later. They have a kid, but it's too late for him. He can't go to court and say 7 years ago, I think she poked a hole in my condom. You have to have proof. You can't just say it. You got to prove it with facts. So now this man, for another 11 years, has to deal with this evil-ass woman who set him up because he makes good money. There's nothing he can do, guys. So all I had to do was listen to him cry on the phone in disbelief. He thought he bought a bad batch of condoms because, guys, technically, condoms aren't 100% effective. You could buy a bad batch. Have you heard of people having sex and the condom ripping? You know, it happens, right? So it's easy for a man to assume maybe I bought a bad box of condoms, not knowing that a woman poked a small, tiny little hole with a safety pin, not a tack. She said, use a safety pin. That'll get him. And it got him. It did. So what I'm saying is a lot of women defend this behavior because they think it's funny. They think that, you know, hey, he should have did better. What could a man do if he's trapped? What could a man do? How can a man assume that if he's buying condoms that box is bad? I mean, come on, you guys. Let's just be honest with ourselves, right? These women deserve prison time. Then today I posted a TikTok of a woman in the bathroom screaming and hollering because her pregnancy test was negative, and the caption said, when you're trying to trap a man, but it comes back negative. What are we doing, people? Why are we glorifying this type of behavior? Women in the comments were laughing. They thought it was a joke. They thought it was funny. It's not funny. It's really funny to y'all until their head get blown off, right? Blow the wig right off their scalp, right? It's funny, right? It's not funny. This is a dangerous game you women are playing, and it's not funny at all. If a man tells you, I don't want no motherfucking kids, he doesn't want any kids. If he's buying condoms and using them faithfully, then he's doing what he can to prevent it from happening. So you shouldn't be trying to trap a man because you're lazy and you don't want to get a fucking job. And if a man finds out that you are trying to trap him, or what if the guy that she's dating, that video circulates to him? And she says, well, oh no, I was just doing it just to be funny. But he doesn't see it as funny. And then he beats the shit out of her. Then you guys will be like, lock him up. How dare he do that? You know how many women on these crime shows get killed because they tell a man I'm pregnant? Send me some money so I can get the abortion. He sends her money. Turns out she wasn't pregnant. Now you playing with his money, right? Or turns out she's going to keep the baby but took your money. Those are dangerous games. People don't play about their money. And if you're telling someone like, look, I'm pregnant, I'm about to bring a child into the world, that changes everything. So if you guys are both agreeing to abort the baby, and then you take the money and pocket the money and say, I'm still going to keep this baby and get him for 18 years, some men don't play that shit. They will kill you. Stop playing with these men. Stop playing with their money. Stop playing with their status. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this because, in the comments today, I saw a lot of people saying that we shouldn't take this that serious. It's not happening like we're speaking about, but it is happening. But how many women are going to admit I trapped this man? They're not going to admit that, right? Why would they admit that? They got what they wanted out of the deal, right? So a lot of women are not going to come out there and admit it. But when you have a Facebook post or a TikTok saying that they did it, that's all you have right now, right? But it can bring awareness to the next man. If you're buying condoms, guys, if you go out there and you buy condoms, you keep that condom box with you. Even if you're dating her, there's a motive. Even if you're dating her, when you buy these condoms, you keep that box with you at all times. Never let her have access to where your condoms are, because this is what they do. There's women that get together in groups and plan this type of shit. They do it. They're evil. This is what they do. And men get trapped all the time because they're not looking at the signs. So when I'm able to post something that I've seen, I'm hoping that it does bring awareness to men, because it ain't right. It's not right at all. I don't think anyone should joke about that at all. Because if a man did a TikTok saying, this woman claims that she got a nice body, but wait until she takes that test. I made sure I busted her. I made sure I poked 5 holes in the condom. Good luck. Do you know what women would do to that man? You know what they would try to do to him in the courts? They will make up a law for that, for a man, if it's against a man, right? Let's talk about it. If a man went on TikTok and said he trapped his bad bitch, now I got her for 18 years. Yes! What do you think these women would do? Do you think they'd say, oh, he's just joking. He's just being funny, guys. He's a comedian. No, they're going to want him canceled, locked up. They're going to want his dick cut off. They're going to want the worst of the worst. So let's not act like we wouldn't give these men fire. So why are we giving these women, soft responses? It's okay. She's just joking. She just wants to go viral. She's a content creator. She's just doing it to be funny. That's not funny. Last time I checked, it's not funny, because these young girls, they will copy that and say, you know what? Maybe I should do that. These kids these days, they're not like they were when we were coming around. They'll kill your ass. They'll stab you, and it was all because you were joking. People get killed off of jokes, y'all. Believe it or not, people get killed off of pranks and jokes. It ain't funny. Like I said, there's a lot of women that get together and they plan this type of stuff. Oh, I know he's going to be here. Oh, he's going to be here on this day. All we got to do is get him into the hotel. We got him. He thinks he has a good condom, and all it takes for him to do is turn his back for one moment. She takes a safety pin and pokes the condom real quick. And it's a condom that he brought in. So he doesn't think that's a bad condom, right? So like I said, these women are doing this. And imagine how many men got trapped that way. And they don't even know it today. They don't even know that that's the reason. She could have said, look, I've been taking my birth control, but it's not effective 100%. We were wearing condoms, remember? You were wearing condoms, but it happens. And he thinks, well, you know what? Maybe I'm that 1%. Maybe I had got a bad batch, not knowing that she tricked him, right? But women are not going to admit that. Why admit something like that, right? So I definitely want to hear from you guys. I did put the link in the comments because I know a lot of you guys have heard stuff like this happening. There are some men right now that are going through it. I would love to hear what you are going through, because a lot of men told me today, oh yeah, this chick, she did try to trap me, but I caught on to it. Sometimes you might catch it before it can happen. But these women are getting these men's defenses down. Now, mind you, a lot of these women that are trapping these men, they're not random women. They're not hoes on the street. They're not these chicks that they just picked up off of the red light district. These are women that they're having relationships with. And the woman's whole motive is to trap him. Get pregnant so she can get his money for 18 years. So once they're dating and he starts to trust her and he starts to let that guard down, that's when she gets him. So I need you guys to know that these aren't just random women. They're having relationships with these men. They're dating these men. That's how you get them. That's how you get them. You date them and get them comfortable. And once he lets his guard down, then you poke holes in that condom. He'd never see it coming because now he trusts you. Black Rage, you're going to have to, hold on. Here we go. Black Rage, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, talk to me, Black Rage, because these women out here acting a fool, man.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I got my own situation at one point in time, like 2 years ago, but it was because of my fault, because I was being stupid and thinking with my dick instead of what the big head. I was with a girl one time off one of these dating apps. We dated, met up. I did some things with some rounds. Actually, forgot to put the condom on one of the instances, and she telling me she felt pregnant and shit. Mind you, this is within 4 days. I'm panicking like a motherfucker. I done gave this girl at least like 2 Plan Bs and shit. She took one, but apparently she spit out the other, saying we're gonna be a family, we're gonna get married, and like I don't have a choice in the matter. All kind of shit. I'll be scared as fuck too. I'm like, God damn, I shouldn't have did this. But it's me to blame because I was being thirsty and thinking with my dick.
So what ended up happening?
Oh no, I ghosted her after a while because after a while her family started calling me saying it's gonna be at first like it was under 800 week under 10 weeks. First it's gonna be $800, and then her so-called aunt called me, told them it's gonna be $2,000 for an abortion. I just never called her back. Like after cause I told my people this, they told me, "Hey, don't call her back. She goddamn crazy." Including females I know with kids, they told me the same thing. Like, "Hey, this chick's crazy." And some of my cousins
Wow.
got my ass for that.
Wow. That's
Cause I'm,
crazy.
cause I'm in the army too, so they're like, "That's a lick. Don't ever do nothing, no shit." Like I was being thirsty and letting stress get to me, so we heated each other up, and then my ass being stupid. But in the day, it was my fault for putting myself in that position, though. I'll admit that
No,
all day.
no, but still, at the end of the day, it's not. She doesn't have a right to trap you. If you don't want no kids, you don't want no kids. That's how it is. These women
Yeah,
out here, they know you don't want no kids, and their whole goal is to get your defenses down. See,
yeah,
people back in the day used to say, "Well, yeah, well, strap up." Men used to be on point with the condoms they're using. With they made sure that some men wore 2, 3 condoms back in the day, right?
hmm,
Now they're having relationships with these women, so they're letting their guards down. They're not thinking, I've been with this woman 6 months. Let me go and wear 3 condoms. Now these women are sticking around to build a relationship with him, to make him
yeah,
think that he can trust her. Once he lets his guards down, because that woman said on the post, once you get him to trust you, then you trap him. That's the trap. So a lot of
yeah,
men think they're in real relationships with women that care, and they don't give a fuck. They in this group that you have to get there, and sometimes it can take up to a year. This is what a woman told me who actually was doing this, and almost lost her life. And I wish she can call in today, but she said that she's scared to do that because she did this to a lot of men. But she told me sometimes it might have taken you a year to get them to let their guards down. So if it took that long, she stuck around that long just to get his guards down to where she can have access to where he's getting, what kind of condoms he's getting. Now he trusts her. So she goes and buys a brand new box and says, "Here, babe, here's the receipt. Here's your condoms." He's not thinking that's a bad batch. She already did what she had to do in the car. This is
yeah,
what this woman told me she did. I would do what I had to do in the car, come back, give him the box of condoms and the receipt. Here you go, baby. Here's your condoms. So why would he think, okay, she went to Walgreens, here's the condoms, it matches. These are bad batch. No, men aren't thinking that. So the goal for these new women is to get their defenses down. So you might have to spend a couple months in the relationship to make him trust you. Once he
yeah.
trusts you, poke a hole in that condom. That's the new hustle.
And I would tell the men right here, research spermicide condoms. That's the condoms that's coated in spermicide that it's gonna kill most of your sperm if it does get out. So I tell men research that. And
Man,
oh,
men ain't doing that. When
I
it comes
do.
to getting that nut off, not you do, but when it comes to a man getting that nut off and he got that bad bitch in his room, he ain't thinking, let me go online and do some Google searches. No, they trying to get that nut off. That's the thing. Men are not thinking like that. They're not thinking, if I date this woman, she's gonna trick me down the road. They think they're in a real committed relationship, and bam, that's when she gets them. So how do you know your relationship is real? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know how to
See?
tell.
See? Now, say you met a girl and she's your everything. She got your back. You don't think there's no motive behind her because you know she cool. Y'all been dating 7, 8 months. There's no reason for you not to trust her when she showed you for 8 months, she's down. Now, when you start to say, yeah, babe, here's the key to my apartment. You know how
Mm-mm.
men are. I'm not you, because you got trapped. I mean, they try to do that to you, but most men, when they start to let their guard down, baby, here's the key to my apartment. Here's your key. Won't you move some of your stuff in here? You gotta live with your roommate. Her roommate is the ringleader. Her roommate is the one telling her how to play the game. See,
Yep.
men don't know this because they think they're in a real relationship with someone that cares about them. And sometimes those type of men with good money, it might take a little bit to get their defenses down because they know they got money and they don't know who to trust. And I'm saying some men are dumb as fuck. They see a
Me.
fat ass, and they just go right to it. Yes,
I,
I'm gonna
I've
hit
had
that
my
from the back.
moments. Yeah, I did with
And
the
then
old
she
girl.
said, "Here, babe, here's a condom. I got one in my drawer. That's a
No,
defective condom."
it was like during one of the rounds, I didn't use a condom. I'm like, and then next morning when I came to my senses and shit, she started posting baby shit. I'm like, fuck, and I might be pregnant. I'm like, oh shit. Like I got her,
Wow.
but again, that was my fault because because we went a couple rounds because we
Damn.
made up
Okay,
at.
man, you graphic right now.
How about that? No, but oh yeah, I meant to tell you, in California, there's a law like if a man slips off the condom without her knowing and without her consent, that's considered rape, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard about that. So why is that considered rape? But
Hello? Hello?
can you guys hear me? I'm sorry. I had to
Yes,
end it. Can you hear me?
I
Yes.
can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Black Rage, can you hear me?
Yep, correct.
Hold on 1 second. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me? Hold on, guys. I don't know what is going on. I can't hear anybody. Hold on. Can everybody hear me now? Okay,
Yes.
I know y'all can hear me. I can't hear
Yes,
anybody on the panel. Black Rage, can you hear me? Tay?
Yes.
I can
Yes,
hear you.
yes, I can.
Hold on, you guys. I deeply apologize. I don't know what the hell is going on. I guess they want me to shut up. Hold on 1 second. Black Rage, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know why I cannot hear you guys. What the heck? Okay, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm getting static now. Hold on. Dang. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
I can hear you.
Okay, Black Rage, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, for some reason, when you're talking, it's like a lot of static. I don't know why all of a sudden it ain't working. I cannot get it to work. So y'all bear with me, please. Please don't get off the panel, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Black Roach, say something.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's still a lot of static. Do you guys know what I can do to get this static out? Because they sound like robots on my end. This is crazy. Hey, I'm gonna kick you guys out. You guys come back on. I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Okay, guys, try to come back on, and I'm gonna see if that works. Because for some reason, I don't know what YouTube is doing. This is the first time it went this long. But you guys, hold on. I definitely want to figure this out. I'm sorry, you guys. Anybody else that wants to come on, try to come on too. Because on my end, if you guys are saying I sound normal on your end, for some reason they sound like robots on my end. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Tay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yay, that worked. Okay, yes. Black Rage, you there too?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Jesus. Okay, so shout out to Top Tier for saying have the guest log out and come back. You are the bum. Top Tier, I love you. Okay, Tay, I want to hear your point of view on this. Talk to me.
Okay, so I have a few family members. I come from a large family. So when I tell you they're across the board with occupations, they are. A lot of women out here are treacherous. I will say that. I've seen it to the point where one of my family members told a woman that he started dating that he was in school to become an engineer, and she definitely tried to trap him. And I had to school him, like, look, I met a couple of these chicks, something's not right. Like, she all of a sudden she loves you to death, but before you were in school, she didn't know you, she didn't care about you. But as soon as you tell her what you're trying to do, now she's trying to trap you. So they literally will start like early on and try to trap a man.
Are you seeing that you have people in your family that has done it, or they've done it to members in your family?
They've done it to members in my family.
And what did they do? How did they handle it when they found out they were being trapped?
Well, first and foremost, they told me since I'm the female, so I would definitely back then go and fight with no problem. All of that cursing, screaming going on, and then it came to the point where it was even, alleged, and you're trying to entrap someone with someone else's kid on top of it, just because you thought you were going to get to the bag.
Now, let me ask you this: why do you think these women, they enjoy setting up a man? Mind you, for them, the reward is the paycheck, getting that child support check, but they are forgetting the 9 months they got to carry the baby and go through almost dying. Why do you think they would go through those great lengths for a child support check?
I firmly believe some people just don't believe in working or making their own money. They don't want to accomplish anything in life other than being known as, the baby mama of this person. They don't care. They don't have to work. They're going to sit there on Section 8 or whatever they're sitting on. Or God forbid, if, you trap a baller, you're trying to sit into his pet house or whatever you have to do to get to that money. They just want the accomplishment of knowing, oh, I'm with this guy or I have his kid. It's not even with this guy. I just have this kid.
See?
So I'm getting paid for the next 18 years. I don't have to do anything. And when
exactly.
your kid's about to age out of the child support check, you try to, if your eggs are still fertilized because they are trying it young, they'll go ahead and try to trap someone else, when that kid is 16.
Gotcha. And it sounds like you got some kids over there in the background mad right now.
Yes, my 2-year-old is upset. He won't go sit with daddy.
he like, mama, he like, get off that panel. I need you right now. But I'm glad that you kept it real, because a lot of people think that women would not risk, carrying the kid and going through death just for a check. They're forgetting that these women are seeing the payout. If you got a man that's making, let's say, he's making $130,000 a year, no kids, right? If you end up having this baby, most likely he's probably going to be paying a few thousand a month. So for that woman, she can get Section 8. Now, mind you, let's not forget that the government, they show more favor to the female. I worked with the state. I saw the favoritism. And when I spoke up on it, I was silenced. That's why I resigned. But they will give a woman food stamps, health care, rent vouchers. And then some of them will live in an upscale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo where a regular person would pay $2,500 and she's paying $250. Now, mind you, she's getting cash assistance. She's getting food stamps, health care for the kids, and now she's getting $3,000 a month in child support. Why the fuck does she need to work, y'all? She ain't got to work. That's a free check. She ain't got to work. To her, $3,000 is enough because she's getting food stamps. Could be getting almost a stack in food stamps. Might sell that on the side to get her hair done. Ain't no telling. But what I'm saying is, in her mind, why do I need to work? when the government is giving me all this stuff to sit on my ass and kick my feet up for 18 motherfucking years. And if that man gets a raise, a promotion, a bonus, guess who's going to be getting some of that money? That woman. So there is a motive. In that woman's eyes, I don't mind going through death, 9 months of carrying a baby and giving birth for that payout for 18 years. What's 9 months to 18 years? That's how these women are thinking. I got this man for 18 years. I don't care if he moves on and gets him a bad B, a woman with a nice body. I already got him for 18 years. The money's mine. And if he doesn't want to work, cool. Let that money accumulate so he can go to jail, right? There's penalties for not paying child support. So what I'm saying is, I don't hear of a lot. I did not see a lot of men on my caseload that was living off of the government. That's for women. It's all for women. They want you to think these men are no good. They ain't shit. They ain't taking care of their kids. So we gonna favor the woman. So if a woman knows that she can trap a good man that's making good money and don't got kids already, she has it in the bag. All she has to do is make this man feel good. Make him feel like he could be the ugliest dude in the world. He could be Flavor Flav. But Flavor Flav is making almost $10,000 a month. So she gonna be cool with Flavor Flav. She gonna give him the ass when he wants it. Do the different things that other women wouldn't do. Make him feel special, y'all, just to get that check. Is it disgusting? It absolutely is. But women have been doing that for years. They have. It's nothing new, you guys. And when women say, well, men do it too, what man has done it? Can you show me a link? Put it in the comments. Let me see it. Go ahead, Tay.
Not only that, I'm like, what happened to, people worrying about getting STDs? Apparently that's thrown out the window too.
Oh, they don't care. But here's the thing. Listen to what I'm saying. She's dating this guy. So sometimes when you're dating someone, you guys might get checked together. What's your status? Here's my status. These are people that are in full-blown relationships. Because the only time you start fucking someone raw is when you're comfortable with them. You feel safe with them. And it happens when you're dating someone. Let's not act like people don't get into these relationships that they love the person and they start to let their guards down. Okay, we'll start doing a withdrawal method. I'll start pulling out. I'll start doing this. I'll start doing that. Oh, I'm on birth control. Here's my pills. These are the pills. And he thinks she's taking the pills and she's taking them and throwing them and flushing them down the toilet. But he thinks she's on birth control. Now, mind you, birth control is a pill you have to take every day at the same time. You have to do it. Some women set alarms to it. In order for it to be the most effective, you have to take it unless you get the depot shot. Like for women, we have like 50 different things we can do to prevent pregnancy, right? So if a man is now if a man is now comfortable with his girl, they've been dating 8 months. He thinks she's been taking her birth control. He's been wearing condoms, right? So he's thinking she's taking the birth control, but she's taking these pills and flushing it down the toilet. So he's checking, he's seeing the pills are disappearing. So he's assuming she's taking that shit. He has no reason to think that his girlfriend of 8 months is flushing it down the toilet. Now, she's doing that and poking holes in the condom. Ain't no way she's going to fail at this, right? So what I'm saying is there's so many ways women can do it. And I've heard of women making a man think they're taking birth control and they tossing them shits out the window because they don't want to gain weight. So a man is thinking, okay, I'm seeing she's missing that pill. They'll set the alarm for that time. And he's thinking, okay, she's on a routine. She's doing what she's supposed to do. And then he'll slowly let his guard down. So women are doing different things to make him think that's what it is. She may even say, hey, I went to the clinic and I got the depot shot. And she didn't get no shot. She just drove right by the clinic and flipped it off. I ain't doing that. And he thinks she got the shot. He's trusting her. So again, these women that are now setting up these men are actually building relationships with them first, y'all. So you can't tell me it's his dumb fault. He's stupid. Why is he stupid when he thinks this woman loves him and cares about him? If you've been dating someone almost a year, why the fuck would you think their motive is to set you up? Come on, y'all. We're not this stupid. In America, we're not thinking that. We're thinking that I found me someone I can probably marry. So again, that's how deep these women are getting until they let their guard down and then bam, they got them. And like that woman said on the post, don't use a tack. The needle's too big. Use a safety pin and barely poke it. Bloop. Barely poke it and poke all of them.
And that's why they all need to be in prison.
In prison. And then get some nail glue.
They need to go. I'm sorry, they need to go.
When they seal that box up and make it look brand new, why would a man think that she did that? They're so good at it. Like the evil woman that told me this is what she did. She said, look, I go out and buy his condoms for him, for my man. Give him the receipt in the box so he has no reason to think these are fake. The condoms match the receipt. from Walgreens, right?
Oh
She
my
said
God.
when she's pulling up in the driveway, that's when she would do her thing, get some nail glue, put it there, turn on the car, let that air blow the box shut. Now it's clean, and she's giving him the box with the receipt. He's thinking, okay, these are good condoms. So again, when people say the man needs to be smarter, why would he think otherwise, y'all? This is his girlfriend. Why would he think his girlfriend pulled up, did what she had to do in the car, came in with a box of condoms, and bam, these condoms are bad. You got the receipt. So
Especially
again, y'all,
if you have that discussion already that you didn't want kids or you want to wait, and somebody does that to you. Who in their right mind would think a normal person would never trap me like that?
exactly. And then you ask yourself, when a man finds out he's been trapped, what is he supposed to do? Oh, I forgive
That's
you,
why
babe.
some of these people are on the news now, because they got killed.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
They are killing these women. And does it warrant death? No, it doesn't. But imagine being someone who said you didn't want kids, because unfortunately, y'all, if you set a man up and you get a DNA test, of course it's gonna be his kid. Duh. So the court is not gonna say, well, since you poked a hole in your condom, Mr. Brown, you don't have to be liable for this kid that is yours by DNA. This is your kid. You don't have to be liable for it. It's all in her hands, and we're gonna lock her up. That's not gonna happen. He's still gonna be on the hook for that kid. Ain't that something, y'all? He didn't want the kid. He didn't want kids to begin with. So again, why get mad at a man for reacting like I'm gonna beat this bitch ass? That's how some men react, because they clearly said I don't want kids, and you tricked me. You tricked me. So that woman that made that TikTok video today saying, "Oh damn, because the results were negative," that isn't funny, y'all. That was not funny to me. Actually, I got scared for her, because you know what? Watch Cold Case Files. These women are playing games with their own motherfuckers. These guys, it's like a trigger. Oh, you lied? And it's like a switch go off. They crazy as fuck. So what I'm saying is, you can't. Go ahead. Who was talking? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Black Ray?
Yeah, I think that happened with Ray Caruth. I think that female tried to do that to him, and
no. Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I'm about to get angry right now. Ray Caruth is a dirty motherfucker. She did not trap this man. She did not. So what you guys? I watched the documentary inside and out. Ray Caruth had a girlfriend that he loved. They were fucking unprotected. She got pregnant, and she told him, "I'm keeping it." Mind you, the black woman was successful on her own. I believe she was in real estate. She had her bag. He was making money in the NFL. I give him that. He was. He was making some good money. It wasn't no 50 million, but he was making some good money. She refused to kill the baby. We both had unprotected sex. We're both going to have this baby. So he sets her up to be killed. That woman did not deserve death. When I heard that 911 call and she said, "I got shot in my stomach, my baby," I wanted to kill Ray Caruth myself. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That did not warrant death, because she didn't want to. Ray Caruth was a playboy. He was light skinned. He had all the money. He was fucking all the bitches. He didn't want a baby, because that would ruin his status as being the playboy. So when he told her to kill it, she said, "I don't want to kill this baby. I'm going to keep it." Mind you, he didn't give her money for an abortion. She had her own bag. He just wanted her to kill the baby, and she refused. So then he got some real killers to help him. But if you listen to that 911 call, her gasping for air, maybe that'll change your idea about what Ray Caruth did. He was wrong. Then this motherfucker go hide in the trunk, and they found the pee bags and all that. He's a piece of shit. And then his son survived. And now I believe him and his son is now cool, but I could never be cool with someone that tried to kill me.
I think something wrong with his son, though.
Huh?
I think something wrong with his son.
Yeah, his son ended up getting, I believe, was it, I don't want to say the wrong disease. Is it cerebral or Down syndrome? One of those. But he's able to walk and talk, but he's not all there, which is true. But what I'm saying is, he just didn't want her having the baby, period. He didn't want to be a dad because he wanted to be a playboy. And so he had that woman murdered. And I think it's one of the saddest stories I ever heard. And I don't think that pertains to what we're doing now. She didn't poke holes in Ray Caruth's condom. Ray Caruth knew where his status was in the NFL, and he still was fucking her raw. So when you fuck someone raw, that's what happens. You produce a baby. If he didn't want to have kids, Ray Caruth should have got a vasectomy, or he should have, wore 5-6 condoms. But that's not what he did. They were both having unprotected sex because that was his girlfriend. But he still had other hoes. He knew that baby would ruin his whole radar. That's all. That's all it was. But at the end of the day, he was wrong for what he did, and I hate that he's out right now. He should still be in prison making license plates, to be honest. But that ain't the same story. It's not. The story I'm talking about is a woman who she actually poked holes in his condom, and that was the result. I would say she should have did that. I can't judge. But in this case, she didn't do that. She was a really good black woman. And I don't want nobody speaking bad on that woman. Listen to the 911 call on YouTube, and maybe that changed your mind. Cerebral. Okay, so all right, 504. Thank you for that. I knew it was one of those. At the end of the day, he's a piece of shit. And if he was a part of my family and Ray got out, I'd be going right to prison for killing Ray. Because Ray Caruth, what he did was dirty. And like I said, when you know you do wrong, you hide in trunks. All I'm saying is, if it was a different story where she poked holes in the condom because she knew he was about to be famous, then maybe I would say I can't control how this man acted. But that was not the scenario, y'all. So let's kind of stick to the facts, please.
All right, my bad.
Okay, no, but you're not wrong, Black Rage. I did my story on that. I had to do a story on that for a paper, and I aced it. But yeah, what he did to that woman was dirty. She had her own bag. She was a successful Black woman. She just didn't believe in killing kids. That's all. Yep. So at the end of the day, the kind of woman I'm talking about is a woman who sets up a man blatantly, knowing that he said he didn't want kids, and she's been poking holes in his shit, and finally it connects, and she gets pregnant. Because some men will say, "How'd you get pregnant? I was wearing a condom." But when you go to a doctor, they'll tell you those are not 100% effective. They're not. Ain't that crazy? Condoms aren't. Why? Because they can make a bad batch. I've heard of stories where men will be like, "Yeah, I was fucking," and rip, the condom ripped. Like it was old, right? So what I'm saying is, at any time, you can have a defective condom. But for a man to think that it was defective when really he got played, that's why they get angry and they react like, "I gotta kill this bitch," because she set him up. Because when you have a kid, even if he didn't want the kid, it's still his kid by DNA, right? So a judge is still gonna make him step up and take care of that kid that he didn't want. Ain't that crazy?
Yep.
So like I said, and Tay just told you guys that it happened to people in her family. This is happening a lot. And sadly, it's still happening as we speak. Right now, a man is getting set up. Right now, she's poking the holes in the condom right now as we speak. Hold on, I got somebody in the chat. Okay, Tay, go ahead. So my thing is, I want to hear different point of views from people and what they think about this. Do they think that this should be prison time? Do you think that do you think this should be called rape on a man's end? Because look, if you told me a man can't slip a condom off during sex, because that's rape, what do you call a woman poking holes in the condom? Shouldn't that be rape too? To me, it's no different than a man putting a date rape drug in a woman's drink that he's talking to, that he's fucking with. Now, say that a man is dating a woman. They said if a woman is married and her husband tries to have sex with her and she says, "No, I don't want to have sex," and he forces himself on her, that's rape. That's how light that is. So why can't it be that way if a man says, "I don't want any kids," and she stops taking her pills, stops getting her Depo shot, pokes holes in the condom? What is the verdict for a woman? Because we act like it only happens to women. They're the victims. Men have been victims for years, y'all. No one talks about it, though. That's all. Nobody talks about it. There's men right now, they got a kid, and they knew for sure they wore 2 condoms. But she poked holes in all 3 of them motherfuckers. Imagine that. Imagine that. You could poke holes in more than 1 condom. He put on 2. They both got holes in them. He don't know that, though. He thinking it's her juices, and it's really, he got her pregnant. He thinking, how? I wore 2 condoms this time. There ain't no way. I've heard a man that say, "Ain't no way I got this chick pregnant." And it turns out it's his kid. How, y'all? How? If you wore 2 condoms. So at the end of the day, these women are poking holes in all 3. If you get a 6-pack, they're poking holes in all 6 and seal that box back up. It is so easy to open up a box really lightly with a envelope opener, where you just slide that under and make that glue lift it up a little bit, do what you do, and put it all back brand new. It's easy because women are doing it right now. And if a man takes her to court and says, "I know for sure she poked holes," how are you gonna prove that? You flush the condom down. You used all the condoms. You have no proof. You think a man is gonna hold on to a box of condoms that he's already used for 5 or 6 weeks before she finds out she's pregnant? No, they're gonna get rid of it. So he would have to prove it, which is not gonna be good enough for a judge to say, "Yep, I believe you. She tricked you." But even if she did trick him, it's still gonna be his child, right? Ain't that crazy? She can serve some time, but he's still stuck with that child for 18 years, y'all. So, and like I said, so that woman who actually said that in the group, even though it was a joke to her, it wasn't a joke to the man she got, that she tricked. And for him, there's nothing he can do because their child is 7 years old today. He can't go back in the time and say, "She put this in a group, so it happened." She could say, "Well, I was just saying it to be funny," right? Because people joke like that all day. She has to actually admit to him that, "Yeah, I did that to you back in the day," for it to be plausible. Hey, we need justice. We need justice. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. You have been on a roll.
So I'm sure you
You,
know what we're talking about.
yes, you have been on a roll these past few days.
Thank
And
you.
I've, thank you. And I've tried to get in and I hadn't been successful.
Well, you'll
But
hear that.
yeah,
Talk to me.
yeah, yeah. Um, there is so many different dimensions to this, and I'm not sure what you guys have already covered or not covered, but punching holes in diaphragms is not a new thing, but it's one of the things that's going on. Um, taking Mucinex um is another trend. I don't know if you know about that one or
No, no,
not.
no, no. Stop there. Can you please explain to us that? This is my first time hearing it. I want to hear this.
Oh, it's out. It's out on. I've seen it on circulating on YouTube and on TikTok. A
Oh,
man said he said I thought she had a cold because she had been taking Mucinex so much. He said I thought she had a cold. And basically the mucinex clears out any mucus, so it's clearing out anything, any blockage in the fallopian tubes, cleaning off mucus off the ovaries and stuff. So it's helping women lay that egg, if you would, and coming up pregnant. So
never
it's
heard of that.
yeah, it's out there, it's out there. And that and oh God, like I said, the if they say they're using a diaphragm and you don't have to wear a condom, wear a condom, because they're punching holes in diaphragms.
Listen to this,
And
fellas. Listen to this, fellas. Diaphragms
yeah,
Yep.
too. I didn't know that.
yeah, so if she says, oh, you don't have to worry about birth control, I got it, I got a diaphragm, and she's punched a hole in it and you don't even know it. um and the other, like the diaphragm, mucinex. The other one is where they well, you saw the thing with who was that? What's the guy? Drake put some hot sauce in that condom that he disposed of,
Mm-hmm.
and she went in the trash digging for it, and tried to use it to get pregnant from
Yep.
him. But the other trick is that they will go in the trash and take your condom out and put it in the freezer.
Okay. And what does that do? Does that just,
Well, hello,
that you want to
they
use it
they're
later?
freezing it. Yeah, they're
So like,
freezing
wasn't
it.
that on being Mary Jane? Didn't she freeze somebody's sperm and try to have it inserted in her with a turkey baster? That was on being Mary Jane. The show with Gabrielle Union back in the day. I remember
Oh,
that, and
really?
he was trying to have her arrested for that because he thought that was so disgusting. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that was a joke. So that's the thing.
No, that's no joke. That's real. And
Mm, mm, mm,
so
mm.
they are like labeling and putting them in the freezer. So I don't know what's inside of an ice tray nowadays, but basically,
Ooh.
they're
Oh my
free. I mean,
god.
think about it. So when you go to somebody's house, make an excuse to go to the bathroom. See what's in the medicine cabinet. Say you need some ice or whatever. Check out what's in the freezer. You just the situation is so desperate right now. I don't know where it's coming from. It's not a new thing, but it's just an increase of ways to entrap people. They don't want you, they want your paycheck, So I think, was it there was a thumbnail where I think you exposed somebody to a baby daddy or something, where she had what was it, a safety pin
Yep.
that she had
Yep.
used to punch a hole
Yes, ma'am.
in his condom, and but she had made him think that they was so in love and everything. And once she got his trust, and I would say this one thing is that if anybody is bum rushing you, when I say bum rushing you, somebody is in a hurry to fall in love with you, in a hurry to move in with you, in a hurry to make plans with you, in a hurry to get married to you, in a hurry. If they've got an urgency about themselves, that's your first flag. If they come to you with their house on fire. Like, oh, I've got this emergency. My mama put me out, my sister put me out, blah, 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 blah. Nobody loves me, nobody cares about me. And they give you this sad sob story. Run. Don't walk, run. Because if they have that kind of an urgency, promise you they burned the bridge behind them, and they know that they got to get out, and they need to find what the narcissist cycle is they need to find a new supply. So it's like it's you that they've been scoping out. They didn't just say, you meet this girl and you think, oh, you just met her last night. And so she comes to your house and she kicks it with you, and you wake up in the morning, she's cooking you breakfast, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. And, you leave and you think it's cool to leave her in your house. No, because she's going through your things. She's getting your bank information. She's getting your social security information, all that kind of stuff. Because this is a new breed. This is a totally new breed that's out here, and they aren't about you. They are about your paycheck. They're about your paycheck, and you can be deep in it, deep, deep in it. And they have been watching you for years, been watching you work hard to come up and catch you right as you're about to make that pivot. You're about to, begin to take off, and they come and attach themselves to you and become a burden.
So
They become a burden.
I wanted to read Ashley's comment. She said, "Get a vasectomy if you don't want kids." You know what? What makes me mad about that, and not you, Ashley, but why do we as women say, well, get your balls cut off? Why do men have to do that when there's like 50 different things that we can do as women to prevent pregnancy too on our end? Why do they got to go under the knife because we don't want to go into the clinic and get some simple pills? Or if you don't want to gain weight, they have IUDs that are hormonal or non-hormonal. We have too many options out there, ladies. A man shouldn't have to get his balls cut off if y'all are just dating because he said he didn't want kids. You could take some preventative measures as well. It's the women who don't mind having them. Like I said, with Nick Cannon, if he tells a woman, look, I don't want to marry you, I just want to fuck you, impregnate you, and then I'm gonna move on to the next hoe, and these women are still busting it open, what does that say about the woman? Y'all quick to say, well, Nick Cannon is a dog. He is a dog. But these women know that he's a pit bull with that pink thing hanging low to the ground. They know that, and they don't give a fuck. Why are you women not giving a fuck about creating bastard motherfucking babies? They hate when we call them bastards, but that's what they are. They are bastards. So imagine telling your son, I knew I was baby mama number 7, but we're going to be good for a little while. That's not true. Nick Cannon is not a billionaire. Nick Cannon's probably worth about 20 million. But when you spread that across maybe 10 kids and he dies, that money stops. What money's going to keep accumulating after he dies, y'all? What money? So if you got to spread that across all those kids for 18 years, that's going to be very difficult. Now, mind you, his twins, Mariah Carey, she got that. But the rest of those kids are not a Mariah Carey. They're IG models. So again, why are you guys opening your legs to these men who you know are hoes? The Futures, the Chief Keefs. All these men have more than 7 baby mamas. And you guys know that, and you're still busted open. So to me, you don't give a fuck about your child. You only give a fuck about that money, but you don't want to talk about that. And you don't want a woman like me to call you out on that. But when I see that a man has 8 baby mamas, I know baby mama number 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 knew what the fuck they was getting into, and they didn't give a fuck about the baby. They only gave a fuck about that child support check. That's all it's about with you, a lot of you women. So don't sit up here and act like you guys can't prevent it. If you know you're sleeping with Future, wear a condom. Lori Harvey did it. Ask yourself why Lori Harvey didn't get pregnant, y'all. She's a hoe too. She bounced from dick to dick to dick to dick to dick. In her 20s, 21, 22? She already had like 8 guys on her. Mess with Puff Daddy. She could have got pregnant off of any one of these ballers that she was fucking with, right? She got with Future and didn't have his kid, and she was dating him almost 2 years, longer than her and Michael B. Jordan. She didn't have his baby. So ask yourself why that little Bow Wow's baby mama had his baby. Is she a dummy? No, she's not a dummy. She knew what the fuck she was doing. She fucked Future, had his baby, and did was on P. Diddy's yacht. They are sharing all these women, y'all. This is disgusting. It's a game. These women don't give a fuck if these men don't want to stick around. They just want that child support check because they know their body is going to get older. Their face is going to start to droop. You're not going to be pretty all your life. You can't fight age. You can't. You can get Botox where you can barely smile. You can do all that shit you want, but it's not going to change the insides. You're still going to get old as fuck. And at the end of the day, a lot of you women are just as dirty as these men for busting it open just to get a child support check. You know these men don't want to marry you. You know that you're just the new pussy of the week. So why are you creating more bastard babies? Get on birth control and stop playing games. Stop it. Stop making excuses. Don't tell the man to get a vasectomy. You know he's not going to get it. He's a hoe. So if you know he's a hoe and he out here pumping and dumping, why are you still busting it open unprotected? That's the question. You want that child. You want to be paid. You don't want to work. You lazy. Keep it 100 with yourself. Because I'm not going to sit here and say Nick Cannon and Future and Chief Keef, all these men with all these baby mamas, that they're dogs. They're openly telling you we're dogs. We're hoes. This is what we do. You can either get protected and fuck with me, or you can just go ahead and have another baby. And these women are having more and more babies. And that's the sad part. These babies are going to grow up without fathers. Nick Cannon already admitted his health is not where it needs to be. So why are you still creating bastard babies? But the biggest question is, why are these women allowing it? He's not forcing any of these women at gunpoint, from what I know, right? So again, it's a hustle. It's all about getting child support. A woman will poke a hole in a man's condom because she knows that if he's making good money, that's going to be going to me for 18 years. I don't care who he fucks after me. Like I said, Future has 8 baby mamas going on 9, or 9 baby mamas. Maybe it's 9 now. Oh, no, 8 or 9. All those women that fucked with Future knew if they fucked him, they're going to be paid. They didn't care that he had all these other baby mamas. They were just the flavor of the week. That's all it was. So for a woman to sit here and lay with a man that already has 7 baby mamas, you think your pussy is gold? It's diamonds? You think yours is going to keep them? No. Future still kept dating after that. But mind you, the women that he dated after his 8th baby mama, they didn't get pregnant. So it's a choice to open your legs and get pregnant. But in this case, if a man tells you, I don't want kids, and we're dating, we're in a good relationship, and he's wearing condoms, you have no right to poke a hole in it, to trap him. And if he finds out you trapped him and he beat your ass, you deserve the ass beating. You deserve it. Because if you're going to set someone up like that, that's a dangerous game. Some of these men don't like to be played with. Some of these men are just waiting for that one moment for that one person to make them mad, and then you see them on cold case files, right? And people would say, my daughter was a good girl. She graduated from high school, got her degree. She didn't deserve to die. She didn't mean to tell them she was pregnant. She didn't mean to poke holes in that condom. They ignore the calculated act that she did to say that she's a good kid, and when she's really not. She's a piece of shit. So if you get with a man, ladies, and you spend all this time with him, and he lets his guards down, and you set him up, and he finds out, and he beats your ass, you deserve it. You deserve it, because no man deserves to be played with, especially if you spent time and you invested months into the relationship, and then bam, you trap him. You can't get mad at his response. It might not be what you want. That's why I tell these women, stop playing these games. Stop lying on these men, and stop making them look like they're deadbeats when they tell you up front, I don't want kids. Kids are not cheap. Kids are a bill. That's what they are. But women are looking at them like they're accessories, like a wig you buy in the store. It's not. It's a human being. It's a life. And a lot of people don't want that. They don't want a kid. They don't want to bring a kid into this world. Look how bad it is now. These women are young, setting these guys up. You got girls that are having babies in their teens because their mom told them the game. Poke a little hole. I mean, what? Really? And then you're shocked when your child is missing, come up missing. I'm telling you, these kids now, this era is really dangerous. They will blow your head off. They don't care how old you are. They don't care how innocent you are. They will shoot you. They will kill you. They don't like to be played with. So poking holes in a condom is no different than lying on a man saying he sexually assaulted you, ruining his life. It's the same way. And some of these women will carry it out that they're pregnant when they're really not pregnant. So imagine a man thinking she's pregnant and she's really not. He gives her money to get the abortion and she pockets the money and disappears. And he finds out he got played. Some men don't take that lightly. They will find your ass and they will kill you. And I'm telling you, it's worth more than the money you stole from him. A funeral is more than that. So what I'm saying is you got to stop playing with people, because eventually you might lose the game. And these women are playing games on TikTok like the shit is funny. It is not funny setting someone up. I just want women to be judged the same way y'all would judge a man. Because if a man said he did this, Y'all would make sure he's shut down. You would make sure his life is ruined, right? So why are we laughing at a woman saying, damn it, it didn't work. The pregnancy test is negative. Now I got to keep trying. Why are we laughing at that? Can someone tell me what the joke is? Because I forgot to laugh. Do you think it's funny? We need justice? I think that it's something serious and someone can lose their life over it, y'all. I agree.
No, no, it's not funny. You had my mind rolling on some things, and I was just thinking about some things too. Is that sometimes you can meet a girl and she can already be pregnant, and she knows that she's pregnant, and will get with you, and based on timing, you got that window of opportunity to make this man think that this is his baby, but it's not his baby. And the guy goes along with it thinking, oh, hey, I'm not ready to be a father, I'm not, whatever, but I believe in abortion, so I'm not going to ask her to have an abortion, so I'm just going to have to just stick it out. So next thing she's in your life. She's in your life, and you think that you don't have the right to question the paternity of a child. But I wish that the law would make it so that before birth certificates are signed, that DNA testing is mandatory.
Oh yeah, and you know what?
I wish that it would be mandatory.
Me too, and that's another show we're going to talk about because
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up. We need justice because I'm definitely going to be doing a show, and this is going to piss people off because I actually work with a guy who has a 13-year-old daughter, and he found out this year that wasn't his daughter. Imagine paying child support for 13 motherfucking years. There were times where he lost his job and he sold everything but his kidney to get the money to make sure he kept paying child support, all to find out that it wasn't his child because he trusted the woman. Okay, you can go to court. Bam, it wasn't your child. Okay, what are we doing to the woman? You know what I thought
Nothing.
it was exactly. So we're gonna go into it, and I got about 5 videos of actual court proceedings where I know it's your child. Oh, you better step up. I'm tired of your ass. I hate you. And in the DNA results show that it is not his kid. So then what happens? The judge isn't saying for those years that he was paying, you're gonna pay. All he's doing is suspending child support. What the fuck? What kind of justice did that man get? He didn't get no justice. You need to lock her ass up, and every year he paid, make her pay that back ×2. Because this man thought that this was his child and it wasn't. Like I said, DNA testing, it should be mandatory. Because these women are out here making these men think you are the only one I've been fucking, and they've been fucking his cousin or his friend. And the guy will
or the brother.
Or the brother. Oh, wait, it goes deeper than that. And he'll say, well, that baby looks just like me. So he's not going to question it.
But he looked like the brother.
And he looks like the brother.
Or the uncle or the daddy or the cousin.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And Bria, I agree with you. We do need to stop creating these broken homes. But these women nowadays, that child support check is more important than a man in the home. I don't give a damn about the man being in the home. Just make sure I get that $8,000-9,000 a month. Imagine getting pregnant by a baller, and now he's paying you, like, you got a lot of these NBA players that are paying about $20,000 a month. Now, you know a child don't need that much money, y'all. Come on now. You know she's not spending that whole 20 grand on that 5-year-old child. Let's keep it 1,000 over here, y'all. She is probably spending about maybe 100, 200 on the kid because it's 5, and the rest of that is going to her being flew out to Dubai and Italy. She is being flown out. She's spending money on his dime. And mind you, that 20,000 comes every month like clockwork, right? That's her reward. She risked her life for that. So when people say, well, why would a woman risk her life? Because the reward is greater. They're like, well, the chances of me dying are really not that high. So I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble this. And I'm going to see. And then, hold on, there was another one I wanted to read out here. There was somebody else that said something that I wanted to address. Hold on, let me find it. Dang, I can't find it now. What do you guys say? We need justice while I look at the... Oh, I found it. M.H. Nova. She said that people don't take birth control because of the effects. That's why I said there's some with hormones and there's some without. So for us women, we can choose what type of birth control works for us. Not all birth control makes you gain weight. It does not. You can get some that don't have any hormones in there. There's absolutely no excuse. We have too many options out there. There's also side effects to having babies too. Preeclampsia, high blood pressure, gestational diabetes that can turn into diabetes. I mean, there's more effects to carrying a baby and having it than getting on birth control, in my opinion. I think going through 9 months, not knowing if you might have preeclampsia, if you have to have a C-section and you bleed out, there's so many more risks with carrying and having a baby than actually preventing the baby. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Because a man can say condoms, that spermicide stuff, they're allergic to it, right? And then what y'all gonna say? Well, get a vasectomy. So there's no excuse why we can't get a different type of birth control. Like I think We Need Justice said, there are diaphragms. Now We Need Justice. Are there big side effects to diaphragms, honey buns?
No.
No. So see, ladies, we have too many options. I don't want to hear, I don't want to get the shot because I'm going to gain weight. Well, you're going to gain
You
weight
can
too if you
also
have a
get a
baby.
tubal. You can also get what's called a tubal ligation.
Okay, what's that?
Tube.
Sound
You get your
crazy.
tubes tied. Get your
Okay, I'm sorry.
fallopian tubes
I'm just
tied.
used to you use the medical term. I'm just hurt.
Well,
She said
you say
tubalization. I'm like,
vasectomy.
what the hell?
You say vasectomy. The opposite of vasectomy for a woman is tubal ligation, getting your tubes tied, and
So
they can tie them in a lot of different ways, so that if you decide that you want to have children later, they can
it's
go and untie
reversible.
them for you.
Gotcha. It's like tying a knot, right? And
Yeah.
like I said, thank you, Cairo, for saying that. Pregnancy has way more risks. People say, well, if I take birth control, I gain weight. You gain some weight too. If you have a baby, you gain more weight. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
You will gain weight and you have more risk. As a Black woman, we are more likely to die giving birth than any other race. I talked about this too, guys. Did you know that Beyonce almost died? Did you know that Serena Williams almost died? And these are women that are in good shape, y'all, and they almost died. They could have lost their lives. So having a baby and being a Black woman, Mariah Carey had concerns. So these are rich people who have the same type of issues. So again, why go through all of that? Because you want a child support check. You might not even live to see it. So what I'm trying to tell these women are, stop doing this. Stop setting these men up, because you might get the wrong man who don't want to be set up and will kill your ass, and then kill the baby too. Kill everybody, the dog, everybody dies. And then you get mad at the man, but the man's mad because he got set up. He let his guard down. He trusted this woman. And they were in a full-blown relationship. So what I'm saying is, the hustle now is to spend time with the man. Make him think that he's just the world to you. Make him think that you love him. You cook for him, clean for him. You're never giving him a reason to think, I could be getting played right now. Like I said, these women don't really want these relationships. They want the reward that's behind it. This man is making good money. I'm working at a call center. I can barely make it. This man is making $10,000, $15,000 a month. I need that. And once he has his baby, he is trapped. That's it. And you can't prove to a judge that she poked a hole, because you're not gonna have the condom no more. It's probably gonna be long gone at that point, right?
Yeah.
So he has no evidence behind it. She would have to admit that. And then somebody said today, well, he must be stupid then. All you have to do is record her saying it. If you record someone without their consent in a state that doesn't allow that, that is fed time. Is it worth it? Now you want to go to prison. The only way you can get somebody in a state that is not saying that it's a felony is if they send you a text. Yeah, I did do that. Now you do have evidence. Now you can get her. But most people are not going to admit that in text. They're not that stupid. And I'm saying most. So again, you can't record people without their consent. You can't do a video and say, I'm going to go over to We Need Justice's house and I'm going to ask her. Yeah, so, I knew I wear a condom. Did you poke a hole in it? Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Now you recorded her without her consent. So now you're gonna go to prison, just like she's gonna go probably. But you're gonna go too, because she didn't know she was being recorded. So again, unless you tell someone, hey, I have to record you, they're not gonna admit that shit. So like I said, this guy who 7 years didn't know this and now he knows, there's absolutely nothing he can do. She can say, I put laughing emojis after that. It was a joke. It was funny. But there's no proof that she did it 7 years ago. That condom is probably it is long gone. Come on, guys. You gotta use their head. What I'm saying is, these women are doing this as a hustle, and these men are being trapped. And I've never heard of a man trapping a woman, but I would love for someone to send me a link, because I'm tired of women saying, but men, but you don't have no evidence behind the but men. But I can show you the but women's. I can show you that all day. I got about 50 videos of but women, but show me a man that said on TikTok, that bad body, BBL See this guy? I'm about to ruin it, y'all. Poke, poke. Never heard of it. Have you?
Yeah,
You did justice? Have you?
yeah, I can actually say that there is a flip side. There are some men who will pick a particular woman or female, and will wear a condom, tell her, you don't have to worry about anything, and he will rupture that condom during intercourse. He knows how to thrust it so that it will break.
Okay,
Right
okay, but
as
what's the story? When did this happen? Do you have a link? Do you have a TikTok? When and who did it happen to? See, you're telling me how it can be done, but there's no evidence behind it. I have
Okay, so
evidence.
look, this is a past experience that I had in my life. So I'm putting myself out there. It happened to me.
You said it happened to you? You were
Yes, ma'am.
trapped?
I didn't get
Wow.
trapped. I didn't
Oh,
get trapped, but the intent was to trap me.
okay. So what
And,
happened?
well, I mean, basically, after they ruptured the condom, they said, that should have been a baby, you know. But what they didn't know, that I was protected. I was protected.
Okay,
They didn't know that, but I was protected. So at the end of the day, is that it does happen, but there are fewer men trying to do that. Then there are, it's like they see somebody that they want to lock down, right? Whether they want to marry them, situation like that. So um, this particular guy, wanted to marry me, blah blah blah. I didn't want to marry him, and so it was kind of like, well, an opportunity that if he thought he could get me pregnant, that would be one way that I would have to deal with him for the rest of my life, if you would. But like I said, I didn't share, my ace, if you would. So it was just like, yeah. So I got
okay. So,
angry. I got
uh,
angry about it because they
hmm
admitted that they did it on purpose. I got angry about it, but I was protected.
okay.
I had
So,
protected myself.
it looks like Sean Shooter in the comments said, "I don't know. She's coming off like she's lying." So, do you want to address Sean?
Baby, Sean, I promise you I'm not. I am not saying everything because I don't feel like I have to tell you everything. I have no reason to lie. I don't know you at all. And you can say that if you want to. That's on you. But I promise you, it happened to me. I could tell you a whole lot of things that you probably would say I'm lying about because it has not been your experience, has not been your reality, but that's been my reality. So it doesn't matter to me whether you believe me or not.
Okay, and again, I'm not saying that this does not happen. I'm just saying I never heard of it, and it looks like a lot of people in the comments haven't. But if it does happen, when it's happening, I would at least say 90% of it is women. 10% will be men. I have yet to hear of a man saying, I want to pay child support for 18 years, so I'm gonna trap this woman so that I can risk going to jail if I don't make payments and deal with this one. It's too much behind it. I've never heard of a man wanting to pay child support voluntarily because he wanted to trap a woman. But if that happened to you, I hope that you did get justice because that isn't right. It's not right on each end. It's just that on your end, we never heard of it, a man doing that. And if it's out there, I need the proof. I love facts.
Well,
I don't.
I'm the proof. I'm telling you the truth. I
Well, I'm
can't
glad
go
you did
back and
that.
give you the ruptured condom or anything like
Oh
that.
no, right, right.
But I tell you that that piece of rubber did not come out right away. Okay, so it lingered. But the fact of the matter is that this system, and I don't know how old anyone is on the chat or whatever, but I don't say anything that I will retract. I don't say anything. I'm not chasing clout. Nobody's doing anything for me that would compensate me or anything. I speak the truth. And so I say what I say and I mean what I say.
Oh no, no,
So
no, no.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking about you. I was
No,
looking at
what
the
you're
comments
saying,
in the chat.
I believe what you're saying. It's like when I say that men get raped too, and people say I don't believe it, but it does
They
happen because
do.
men are not coming out and saying, "Hey, I was raped."
They
You
do
know what
get
I'm saying?
raped, and
So
and
and
I
they do.
have,
So I
yeah,
get what
and
you're
and I
saying. I
know
get what you're
I
saying.
know it for a fact that men get raped. So my point is that I don't have to prove, you don't have to believe, I don't have to prove it. But if I said it and I'm not taking it back. So at the end of the day, and I put it like in my, what was that? Remember that song? No, you probably won't remember this song. I'm older
Girl, I'm not. I'm not.
than
I'm
you
not. I'm
are.
not
But
19.
the point is that there was a song, and I used to get uh back in the day when my figure and stuff, you did that obesity thing. I'm not like
Yes.
morbidly obese or anything like that, but the point is that I used to have this Coke bottle figure, and for some reason or other, men tried to trap me. And it is something that it was like, either you marry me or I'm gonna try to make you have my baby. And I will go out on a limb and say this, is that I remember when I was 17 and I left home because I was being abused at home. And so I called myself trying to get away from my abusers from home. And I went and I said, okay, let me go find a place where nobody will look for me. So I went and I stayed in this neighborhood. And I'm gonna be real transparent with this, is that I ended up being stalked. I moved into this neighborhood and I ended up being stalked. And I come home from work, and we had, I don't know if you like these recent snow and ice storms that we've had. One of those had happened. The power went out in my place, and people were gathering in, other people's apartments and stuff where there was, lights and heat and stuff. And so, this is before cell phones, all this kind of stuff. And this guy had been stalking me, and he ended up kidnapping me and holding me hostage. And that was the most terrifying 36 hours of my life. There was no 911 to call, nothing. Okay. And what he said to me, this is not the same guy, this is a different guy. He said to me, he said, the moment that I saw you, I knew I had to have you. And he said that I want you to be my wife, and I want you to have my daughter because I want my daughter to look like you. Now, mind you, this man had a girlfriend.
Wow.
So there are all kinds of people in this world. Like I said, I don't care about what people say, whether you believe me or not, because if you knew me and you knew my story and you knew what I've been through, I have no reason to make up anything. Absolutely nothing. And so I've been through too much. And my only intent is to bring awareness to people and to make you think. This generation of people, male and female, they don't want to hear, they don't want to believe, because they have no point of reference for it. Well, I'm giving you a point of reference for it, and I could go on and on and on about the things that have happened in my life, and in hopes that it would enlighten you and make you wake up and think about the choices that you make and who you call your friend, because they're maybe not your friends. People who will trade you for drugs, people who will trade you for houses and cars and think nothing about it. But you want to trip along in life, and you think, well, if it I've never heard of that before, so it can't be true. Well, hello, that's the issue, is that you want to close your eyes and your ears because it has not been your experience. So I speak from experience. I don't come on her show or any other show to talk about what I heard through the grapevine. I speak from experience.
Okay, so I definitely wanted to say I appreciate you um, coming on here and saying, that it has happened to you. And you do have a lot of people in the comments that are saying that what you are speaking about does happen. Men want ownership. They want to know that they have rights to you, so they will do it. Again, guys, just because we haven't heard of it or we haven't seen it doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Just like a man being sexually assaulted by a woman, it happened. So I want to say that, if that happened to you, since it happened to you, I'm sorry that it did. And I'm hoping that you got justice. I mean, Tila wanted to know how many times did this happen to you, because it sounds like you had a tough life. Tila, that was her question to you. We need justice.
Yeah, it's happened to me a lot because I grew up without a mother and a father, so I ended up having like 8 different mothers, 8 different fathers. So I was unprotected. I was, considered prey, if you would, for predators. And these people weren't like insane people. These were upstanding citizens. They received presidential awards. They were citizens in their community. They looked real good when they went to church. They looked real good when they went to work. They had high positions in government and stuff. So I'm not talking about a bum off the street. I'm not talking about just some random dude. These are plotting and conniving people. I will tell you that I remember, oh my God, for my like 16, 17, for my well, yeah, so 17, the last thing, the impetus that caused me to leave away from these people was is that one of the family members had promised me to a man who was an architect, right? He could draw the buildings and design buildings, right? And so he drew this building for her and promised to her that he would build this building in exchange for my hand in marriage. So I've been trafficked, okay? And so this man was, I was 17, he was in his 40s, he had 5 children, and they had no qualms with passing me off like that. None whatsoever. Took me shopping for a wedding dress, took me shopping for furnishings and everything. And the only grace that I had was is that I had to wake up and be alive on my 18th birthday. So the night before I turned 18, I took a suitcase and I stuffed as much as I could in that suitcase and I shoved it under the bed. And I woke up before everybody else in the house did, called a cab, and set my case out in the driveway. Asked the cab driver, says, I don't know what's getting ready to happen, but whatever you do, don't leave here without me. Put my suitcase in the car, presence of mind. And I did not get everything out of the house, but I got myself out of the house and got away from there. But during that time, I had literally been abused by men and women in that household. So, I like I said, that the thing that irritates me the most is about the generations that we're in is that if you haven't experienced it or you don't personally know somebody experiences it, then that didn't happen. So you take somebody like myself, I'm not new to this. I'm not new to this. So my handle here is we need justice, but I have a whole nother platform where I talk to women, I talk to men. I've interviewed people from all walks of life that have experienced a lot of different things that nobody has ever heard and nobody is talking about. So when
Well,
I say, huh?
no, I was gonna say, it looks like we have someone else here, but I mean, reading justice, you don't have to prove yourself.
No, I'm not. What
We
I'm
believe
saying,
what
what
you're saying.
irritates me, no, I'm irritated because it's that this is the thing that I encounter with the generation that is coming up in their 30s and their 40s is that you believe what you know. And what you know is only 20 years worth of information if you are an adult. But you forget that there is a whole nother generation behind you, a whole nother generation behind that generation. So, you don't know everything that there is to know because you have not sat down and talked to your elders. Your elders maybe won't tell you the truth about what they've been through. They're hiding things from you. All the secrets that the family keep, those are the things that are killing our generation more than anything else. This current generation is the secrets that don't get talked about. Don't get talked about.
Okay, so I want you to hold that thought right there
Mhm.
because I want we have another lady on the panel. Lori, are you there, honey? I'm sorry about
Yeah,
that.
I'm here, honey.
Hey, Miss Lori. So you're
Hey,
on with me, and we need Justice is on here with us. What do you have to say, hon? Go ahead.
hey, how are you, Daphne? I'm good. I'm the same Lori that I talked to you the other night. By the way, I don't know if you remember, but
I remember. Go ahead.
okay, okay. What I was gonna say is, it's a stalking situation, actually. When she brought that up, in the past when I was younger, thankfully I was on the shot. I made a comment about what you brought up about, because I didn't think I could take anything. I couldn't take anything estrogen based, because I had a mild stroke, complicated migraine. It was what it was called. And but there is progesterone now, and it comes in all forms. But that's it, and I was on that shot, and thankfully I was. But it was a stalking situation. It was a guy that I found out he was trouble. He was sleeping around with a bunch of other girls. And I broke it off and I told him to leave me alone. I didn't, that's not what I was looking for. Um, and he was like bragging about it, and I happened to hear about it that he was intentionally, like, he wanted to like spread his seed, and he wanted to brag about it. Yeah. So thankfully, I was in the shot, like I said, and I took it every 3 months. But and now I have my daughter with my husband now, and I'm happy. But that would have been really scary, because knowing what he was like, and yeah, he was trouble.
Well, I'm
So
sorry. I'm sorry you went through that, Lori, and thank you so much for sharing your side. That it
mm.
does happen, that it has happened, and it looks like we have someone else who just joined too. So,
I'm
Lori,
sorry about what she
no,
went
no,
through too. I mean, I can't believe that. I mean, it's true that you don't hear about it as much. You really don't. It is, most of the time it's the other way around. But
right.
I've heard it in polygamy. I've heard it, in the church, and I've heard all those stories. And you know, but yeah, but
Thank you,
yeah,
Lori. Just
thank
go
you,
ahead and
Debbie.
hang on. You don't have to get off if you still want to speak a little later, but
Oh no,
just hang on for.
I just
Thank you
wanted to
so
bring
much.
it up. All right, thank you, honey.
Thank you, hon.
I
So bye bye. So Chris, before I bring you on, I just wanted to say this because the way they called out "We Need Justice," she clearly explained to us that it happened to her, and there's plenty of people in the comments who can agree with "We Need Justice" that some men will do that too. It's just not heard of. But the way that we have naysayers when it comes to women saying, "Hey, a man tried to trap me," is the same naysayers that are saying that it's not possible for a man to be raped. And that's where I'm upset. Because if a man came out and said I was raped, women would typically say, "Prove it. When did it happen? Show us a video. Show us a text." And they are down his throat. And then they just sweep it under the rug. So we need justice. You just got a taste of what men go through and why they don't speak up about things that are not heard of, because people are going to call them liars too, especially when they say, "Well, you're 6'5". She's this little petite woman. There's no way she raped you." And it happens, guys. It happens even if you've never seen it, heard of it. If someone said it happened to them, most likely it happened. Maybe they didn't speak up at that time because during that time, it's not the same as it is now. We Need Justice did say this happened to her when she was young. So maybe the rules, the laws, maybe where she was at, she was a kid, she was scared. There could have been a million reasons why, but it's the same reason why a lot of these boys are not admitting that they were raped by their aunt or raped by their mother's friend, because to them, oh, you the man, but they're not the man. It's embarrassing to be told that a woman took advantage of you and you didn't want that, right? So again, we have to treat it the same way we would if it was a man saying, "Hey, I was sexually assaulted." We would believe him because we know that it happens. Without the proof, we have to believe We Need Justice too. Okay, Chris,
Well,
are you there?
yeah.
Yes,
Chris,
yes, I'm a head celebrity. I'm a
okay,
head celebrity.
go ahead. It's good to hear a man on here. Black Rage left quick, so go ahead, Chris. What you got to say, sir?
Um, I want to first say I've been following you for a minute, and I commend you for what you do, and the work you put in. And the last person that was speaking, um, I agree with most of what she was saying, as far as the same thing happened to men and women. And she was speaking of a personal experience, which we all have as individuals. But I know that you specifically, celebrity, speak on what goes on with the majority of our society. Personal, experiences do happen to all of us, but that's just what they are, just personal, and that's not the majority. So I think that taking accountability for the specific things that you speak on is what's important.
So let me ask you this: do you know a man that's went through this where he was almost trapped or he was actually trapped? Have you heard of it, seen it?
I've seen it. I've experienced it.
Mm.
I mean, all of it. Yeah,
Okay, when
all
you
of it.
say experience, we got to hear it. Was this recent? Were you young? Tell us
Yeah, I
about
was
it.
young. I was young, man. I'm 30. I'm 35 now. I was young. I
How,
was early 20s, man. Early
okay, that's
20s.
not young, young. You were still a man, right? You weren't like
Yeah,
a young
I was
teenager,
adult.
17. Okay, so
No,
what
no, I was
happened?
as far as just being trapped, you know how they go. Someone wants to just be in your, I guess, I, I don't know what the thoughts are, but just a person wanting to put something on you as far as a baby or whatever that you have no plans for or no type of conversations about, just wanting to make themselves, just being about them. You know what I'm saying? But I never really, I never really paid attention or really looked at behaviors of these type of behaviors until as of recently. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, when you raise the us and our hoods, we raised the, praise women, make them happy, do everything to appease them, and you never sit back and recognize their behaviors. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that that's what I listen to you for. I listen to you for the behaviors and the psychology of the way these women think.
Well, that's good to hear. Like I said, one thing I want to recognize is that I'm not taking away from the women that this happens to, but I just feel like being a woman myself, I've always heard of us being victims when men are victims too. And I think we should shed light on the things that people don't want to talk about. And it's sad because when I made the post today about the woman being upset about her pregnancy test being negative, there was a lot of men that said it happened to me. And
Right.
when I hear it so often, I want those naysayers to look at those comments and see that it has happened to men and it's going to continue to happen. It happens to more celebrities because they're easy to catch off guard. They're easy to, these women are like, I can easily entice him. Let me bring two friends. So two friends are
Right.
all over him, got his guards down. Oh, I'm about to have a threesome. Hey. And she's
Right.
already getting to work on the condoms. So again, sometimes it's a team effort, but still, I don't care if a man goes to a strip club. I don't care if he goes to a party. And me too. They do not need to be tricked like that. It's not funny and
Right.
it's not right.
Let me
And I
ask you.
think, go ahead.
Can I ask you something real quick? All right. So,
Yeah.
um, all right. So, like I said, I as far as like paying attention to behaviors, I didn't do it when I was younger. So let me ask you this question. Um, you're a woman, and I know you have friends that may not think the way you think. You know what I'm saying? They may have I don't know, modern mindset or whatever like that. So hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Man, you got us all on the edge. You okay? Okay, looks
My
like he
fault.
had to
My
step
fault. My
up.
fault. My fault.
Okay.
My fault.
Say,
What I
man,
was
you
about
fell
to ask
asleep
you.
on us? You okay?
No, no, I was talking to somebody. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm at work right now.
Okay.
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Wow.
It was a question. Damn, my fault, celebrity. Well, damn, my fault. I forgot.
Dang.
But
You got scared because your boss was like, what you doing? And you had to eat
no, no,
your
no,
whole train of
no.
thought.
Supervisor ain't here. Ain't here. Damn. Go ahead. But what you was saying, but I'm gonna think
You
about it
started
real
off,
quick.
you said,
It was a
I'm a
question.
woman. You said that. I'm a
Oh yeah, I was saying
woman, and
about
I
the
know.
friends. You had friends and things like that, right? All
Yeah.
right. So all right. So now it's a term that they use now, simp, right?
Mm.
So the friends or the people or the women that that have a modern mindset, do can they tell the difference between the type of man they want or desire and a simp? Like can they really tell the difference, or they just like close their eyes and don't want to understand what the difference is?
So that's a good question. And to give you the most honest answer that I think would be, because honestly, I don't have a lot of friends that are women. Um, and if I do have friends that are women, they're married. So I don't really associate myself with single women because
Right.
when I'm having an
Well,
issue, they're gonna give you the worst advice. But anyways,
well, let's just go back because me neither. I don't have any now, but let's just say within like the last 15 years, 10 years span.
so To answer your question, I think depends on the man. So if a woman is talking to a man that she has an interest in, she's gonna get to know him and she's gonna know the difference. But me, a simp is someone to me, and this is what I would think a simp is. A man, like if a woman is posting like nudes online and she's busting it open and he's, oh, I wanna be your man. I wanna fly you out and get you the top hotel. To me, that's a simp. You're begging for
Right.
the pussy, and you're not the only guy that is saying that. That's in her inbox. It's depending on with her. It's who's going to be the sexiest simp that I'm going to entertain. Who has the most money? So if a woman has 5 inboxes from 5 men saying I want to fly you out, if one man says I want to fly you out to Cali and another man says I want to fly you out to Dubai, where do you think she's going to go? She's going
Right.
to Dubai, right?
So
So
look, right.
go
So
ahead.
I know on your posts, like a lot of your posts, like you'll have a woman, you'll have a man comment, and then a woman will back the man comment up. Let's say it's a a post that you put up where a woman did something, or man, it doesn't matter, but the man may disagree with you, and then the woman will back the man up, saying, "Oh, he's a real man," or "Oh, he don't get mad because he's a real man." But let's say the man is going against your post, which was something that was true. So have you seen the woman? Because like that would be like a simp situation, and she would be only backing him up because he is catering to her feelings or the feelings of the women. So you get what I'm saying? So
So
when so yeah, so when the man does that, can she really point out that he's a simp, or like, oh no, he's a real, like, you get what I'm saying?
well, again, I mean, I've had guys disagree with what I said, and a woman esteem that guy, because he's actually disagreeing. And I think it's mostly because the woman doesn't like me. So you do have a lot of women that really don't like me. So anytime a man says I'm wrong, a woman's gonna jump on that because now she has a
Right.
man
No,
that's
I
saying
get
I'm
that
wrong,
part.
and she
I get
knows
that
that
part.
she knows that it's not wrong, and that what I'm saying is real shit. But now she has a
Right.
man that's supporting her opinion and not mine.
Right.
So now in
All
her
right. So
eyes, she won. Yeah.
now let's remove you out, and let's remove you out of it. And she's just agreeing with some bullshit that the man is doing, but the man is doing or saying something only to cater to the woman's feelings. So what do these women, can they point out that type of character?
No, not if they're attracted to the guy. And I can give you an example. Derek Jackson. He puts on extra small shirts that he got out of his kid's closet. He puts it on. He sits in the car. Women are sexually attracted to Derek
Right.
Jackson. So whatever he says, ooh, men love women that are big. Men love women that eat
Right.
big meals and stretch marks, and he's lying. But then when they found out he cheated on his wife with 2 women that were in shape, they didn't even give a damn about the lies. He's still sexy to them. They can still picture themselves having sex with him. So they're going to still agree with him, even if he is saying some shit to get them to buy his book. They know that he's a fucking fraud. They know he's married. They just don't care because he's attractive. Now, if Derek Jackson
Right.
looked like Flavor Flav, they wouldn't give 2 shits. They wouldn't care. They'll say, man, you a cheater,
Right.
blah, blah. But Derek Jackson still has over 1 million followers, and women are still buying his book. Can't change it. I just think the word simp and pick me are alike. I think those are 2 things that should be, left out at sea, but it's never going to happen. So, like I said, as
Right.
much as you guys are going to be called simps, I'm going to be called a pick me. So we even,
Right.
but yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you too. But let me ask you this. Are you in a relationship
Mhm.
right now?
No.
Okay. If you were
No.
in a relationship with a woman, let's say 8 months, you wear condoms
Hmm.
every time, and then she turns up pregnant, and you wore condoms every single time. How would you handle that?
Oh man. Oh,
Be honest.
I would. Yeah, at this point in my life, I would blow my roof. Hold on.
What do you mean by blow my roof? Okay,
My
because it
fault.
looks
My
like you,
fault. My
man,
fault.
you
No,
keep getting
I'm
caught
here.
at work. I don't want you to get
Yeah.
fired. We're gonna hear your boss say, "Pack up,
No,
Chris.
you good.
Pack up." You
No,
can listen to
no,
her all day now.
no. I'm here. I'm actually here. Like I'm one of the only staff here. But no. So
Okay.
damn. If like at this point in my life, man, like where things are different. Man, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't even know what to do, man. Like, I would have to like sit down and really think about all, like contemplate every decision. None of the decisions would be to like physically harm anybody or nothing like that. But if I was to make if I made my wishes known and then someone deceived me or went behind my back and did something like that, then yeah, I'm not obligated for to do anything that would please your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I
I
think you
would have to.
answered that. I think we kind of understand where you're coming from, but I definitely
Yeah,
want to say thank you for getting on here and telling me your point of view and that it happened to you. I appreciate you, and you go ahead and get back to work.
I appreciate you too, celebrity. Keep doing your thing. All right.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, boy.
Okay. So that's another man who it happened to, you guys. I mean, this happens more than we know, but a lot of people are not going to hold women accountable. And that's the sad part. It's no different than a woman telling a man this is your child, and then you find out a decade later that the child isn't yours, and now you pay 10 years worth of child support. So we are going to dive into that tomorrow, because there has been many examples on TV in real life where a man finds out later that the child isn't his and the woman is not held accountable. It seems like we as women, we get away with a lot of shit. And I think that that's why it's going to continue to happen. We get away with saying, oh, he sexually assaulted me. Oh, he touched me by force. Cuba Gooding Jr. got a charge for forcefully touching a woman. That's a charge. But how many women forcefully touch men in the clubs? They're drunk. They run up on a man. There is a woman going around where she's kissing the back of men with lipstick on. I'm definitely going to be posting that video this week. She's going into clubs, guys, putting on lipstick. Woo, look good. And she is going behind men's back and just kissing them. You think somebody's just trying to get through. When you're in the club and it's crowded, you're not thinking someone's kissing you. You're thinking they're trying to get past you. She's kissing the back of their shirts. So these men are then going home to their girlfriends or their wives or fiancés. And what do you think is happening? Now, what if that same guy that she was kissing then decided, you know what? I'm going to go in and start grabbing on women's asses. That's a crime, though, right? Forcefully touching or sexual assault. It should be sexual assault for her to be kissing these men. She's definitely doing it on video, showing you guys how easy it is, right? So if that guy was to turn around and sock the shit out of her and knock off some teeth, you guys would be crying, how could you do that? She's innocent. The shit is not funny. Because I know if my husband got kissed on his back, his reflex is to swing. So what I'm saying is a lot of men don't play that shit. You guys are playing a dangerous game. Women get away with all this shit. The same way the man said a woman grabbed his junk. Oh, I thought it was my ex. So you can't see now. Now you Stevie Wonder. So at the end of the day, women get away with a lot of stuff. And it's never brought to light. And it's not fair. Then we have to hear story after story after story. When is the justice system going to wake up and say, you know what? We need to put some deeper laws in here. If a woman says he sexually assaulted her, let's give her 10 years if she's lying. Because the more you put penalties on these women, the less it will be that we would hear these stories, y'all. Chris Brown has an allegation every hour. Trey Songz has 50 allegations. All these things that are happening to people with no facts, people are believing it. They're losing their money. They're losing their jobs. And then it turns out that the person lied and there's no outrage, right? So I'm trying to be that outrage because it's not fair, you guys. Men shouldn't be trapped like this. And if they are trapped and there's proof of it, lock these women up. Because the minute you humble them, the minute you put them in jail and they can't buy their bundles and get their nails done and eat crawfish and lay up off the government, they go from paying rent to living and have to do dishes for 30 cents a day. What I'm saying is, once you show them that life, maybe they will stop making these false allegations. Maybe they will stop lying, trapping men. If a man says, I do not want kids, he does not want kids. That means he don't want them, ladies. If you don't want to work, get an OnlyFans and make your own money. But don't take another man down with you because you might not like how he reacts to it. And the thing about it is a lot of men are not waking up saying, you know what? I think I'm being played. I've been dating this girl. She's just too perfect for me. Let me investigate. A lot of men are not doing that. They're not. But the different videos and stuff I see on social media where women are blatantly saying, I do this, I trap people, it's fun. There's no outrage for these men. Why? How come men are not getting the same energy we would give them if it was them doing it? So again, I've said this to men before. Every challenge you see these women do online with their kids or with themselves that's out of pocket, repeat that same challenge and post it. The same. If you see a woman telling her daughter or telling her son, touch that butt, and you have a daughter, tell your daughter to touch someone's butt, and compare it to the video of the woman telling her son to do it. Maybe the outrage will be different then. Maybe people will start waking up, because it seems like women can do anything they want. They can tell their kid to swing from a pole. They can tell their young son to grab his junk that's not even there yet. And women will still do these videos because they're not being held accountable. But if they start taking them kids out of the household, stripping away that child support, guarantee you those videos will stop. Right? I got reported on Facebook for posting the woman who poked holes in the condom, guys. I got reported and I won that report. And I got reported on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, TikTok. And I won that report. But I had to appeal those reports. They said that post was sexually explicit and nudity. Mind you, it was 3 condoms and a safety pin. They said that was nudity, y'all. But then I go back on TikTok, the same place that told me that I violated their terms, and I see a black woman deep throating a dildo. And that was acceptable. Now that is sexual activity, right? But they silenced me, you guys. So understand that being real and calling out bullshit will result in you being silenced or muted, right? And it's sad that nobody wants to know that. TikTok thinks that what I did was bad, but a woman deep throating a dildo is perfectly acceptable. Or a woman with her titties out. That's perfectly acceptable. But what I posted is just all bad. It's rated R. Come on, you guys. Like I said, they don't want to hear about men being trapped, because I'm telling you guys the blueprint of how they're doing it. These women, they get in groups. They come in big packs of wolves. And they all prey on certain people. What event is coming up this week? Oh, the All-Star game? Oh, the playoffs? Oh, you know they hot right now. The playoffs? Oh, what hotel is he staying in? Yeah, my cousin, she worked the front desk. This is how it happens. It is so easy. These ball players think, oh, I'm about to have a threesome. And while one woman has got your guard down, the other woman is poking the hole in the condom. You didn't even see it coming. You did not even see it coming. So again, these women are doing this, and they have been doing this for years. To rappers, to singers, to actors, it happens. But those men are not aware, because they just thought, hey, that's that 1 or 2% that it wasn't effective. Because condoms are not 100%, guys. It's not. So why would a man think he was tricked if it was someone that he knew and that he was dating, right? So in a lot of cases, men are taking care of kids that they were trapped with. They just don't know that, because the woman's not going to admit that, right? So again, ladies, you got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that. Okay, so let me see. I'm just going to look in the comments and see what you guys have to say. Let's see here. Someone said Cardi B, she needs to be right next to R. Kelly. I agree. Sean, I have been saying that for years. And you know what else is crazy? There was a video floating around of a man saying that Trey Songz, he's going to be the new R. Kelly. I don't know if you guys heard that. It is on the Shade Room if you haven't heard it. He said that Trey was disgusting. He's a pervert. He goes around and he sexually assaults women. He's just dirty. There's tapes. There's all this stuff. Now, mind you, we have not seen one tape or one piece of evidence proving that Trey did any of the things that man said. So Trey should make sure he does a defamation on that man, just like Cardi B won her defamation against that YouTuber who said Cardi B sniffs coke. It is the same. Trey Songz has been very quiet lately, because it seems like he's just building up all this evidence. But what you cannot do is go out and call somebody a rapist, call somebody a pervert, if you have no proof. I don't care what people say. I care about the facts. You can't come out and say, this man raped me, and then there's not one piece of evidence proving that. And what you guys fail to realize, it is not hard for one woman to repeat what someone else said. If I'm following a case at home and I know, oh, I was at that party with Trey. I was at that party back in August. She can come out and repeat the same thing that woman said. Just because 10 people say it, it still doesn't make it true, y'all. Have y'all played the telephone game in school? I can whisper in your ear, on Monday I'm going to the store, and it can end up being, you know, I ate dinner last night. So what I'm saying, it's not hard to put a lot of women in a room and tell them all to say the same thing. But you notice all these allegations and not one charge, not one video, not one piece of evidence. So forgive me if people like myself don't believe words. I believe the facts. The same way you want us to believe that your son is not the thief he was when he was 10, right? The same way you would tell the prosecutors, why are you judging my son off of what he did or what he wasn't charged for, right? It's the same thing I'm saying now. You cannot believe people because they just say it happened. Believe the facts. Because now you've given this all this energy and that person was completely innocent. Now, mind you, Trey got off one charge already, y'all. Just like Chris Brown got off another charge. But what's funny is every hour someone else is being accused. So when are we going to hold these women accountable who are making these false claims for a couple of dollars? Most women that make these false allegations, they go up thousands of followers. People start buying their bullshit music. People start following them. They now have a fan base, the Me Too movement, right? It's that big. It's that big, but we're never holding these women accountable for tricking these men. There's no movement for that. Can we have an accountability movement? Can we do that? Because the only way we can grow as people is to hold people accountable. Now, people love to throw out, oh, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. God punished people in the Bible too. He killed them too. So if you really believe in God, you know that he just didn't let evil exist. He killed kids too that were evil. That happened. So what do you do with evil people who are just evil? Evil meaning that you will make up a lie just to get a couple of shares and likes. I don't think no woman should go in front of a camera and say, I'm mad that my pregnancy test was negative because I was trying to trap Pookie. That isn't right. Because when he gets wind, oh, I slept with her. Or any other man you slept with is going to assume you tried that on them, right? Some people don't like that. Hey, man, didn't you hit that? Yeah, I did. I wonder if she tried that with me. Well, I'm going to beat the fuck out of her. Or I'm going to get my girl to beat the fuck out of her, right? You're putting your life at risk. That's not a funny game, y'all. And I think once they do start implementing more punishments, then we wouldn't have these problems. Now, if these people are actually doing this, you got to punish them. I think 10 years minimum. Because if you trap a man into getting you pregnant, that's 18 years he has to deal with that. And he didn't want to deal with that. Y'all tell men to wear condoms. Now you're telling them to cut their balls off? Like, come on, y'all. That's not fair. What if the man wants kids, but just not with her or not yet? Some people don't want kids right away. They want to take their time. You got to crawl before you walk. So what I'm saying is you can't rush someone's decision. It's not fair. Just like your body, your choice, his dick, his sperm. Stop doing that. If he don't want his sperm to be in you yet, and he wants it to be in that Trojan condom, let it be in that Trojan condom. You have no right to poke it. Real talk. His dick, his sperm, right? But that goes out the window when they chopping these women, right? He should have been smarter. He should have analyzed the condom with a magnifying glass. He should have held the condom to the light to see if there's any. Y'all want them to do all this shit that you know is not realistic, y'all. Stop. If a man buys a box of condoms with a receipt and it's sealed when he gets home, he doesn't have an idea what happened. You guys have to start thinking logically here. Women can do that. They can do that and make it look good. Seal that box up where it looked brand new. He'd never know. He'd never know that I tampered with this box. Never know. And now I'm about to get paid. So they go back to their homegirl and say, it's just a matter of time, sis. Hey, we're going to be balling? What kind of shit is that? Okay, so I'm just looking at some more. Let me see. Y'all remember Dave Chappelle did a sketch about signing a contract? Yes. 50 Cent does that. Before 50 Cent said when he was dating these hoes, he would make them sign a contract saying that they understand that they're going to have sex. And this is them giving him consent to fuck. And there's no strings attached. Sometimes you might have to go that far. Now, I'm not saying if you're not rich, you might have to do other things, but a regular guy is not making 50 Cent money. We know that. But sometimes you have to let the woman know. So if you coming over my crib, I just want to make sure you know that we're going to be fucking. We're not coming over to play Jenga. We are going to fuck. That's what's going to happen. And I have my own condom. Sometimes, men, you got to set your own rules. I have my own condom. That's what we're using. Or we can go buy condoms together so you can see me buying a box You can see me opening the box. You can see me taking out the condom. If you have to do that, fellas, do it. It's worth it, right? I'd rather you do that than have to, pay money every month or every 2 weeks out of your check. Sometimes you got to go far, y'all. And it's sad that people can gain followers for doing some stuff like that. That woman that said that she was trying to trap the man and the results were negative. Guess how many followers she went up? Overnight sensation, right? I'm over here trying to promote positivity and accountability. My shit takes years to build. But you got these women that can just wake up one day and go on TikTok and say, the results are still negative. Shit. And now she's up 100,000 followers. It makes no sense to me. It's sad. People will follow some bullshit, right? And at the end of the day, you guys, this is what is happening right now. I shared it. I always get reported for this type of stuff. And I'm used to it by now because no one wants to know the blueprint. They don't believe that these women exist. No matter how many videos I show people, because mind you, my text threads are not real to them. My Facebook posts, they're not real, even though I get reported. So let me ask y'all this. Who do y'all think reported the post in the first place? You think I reported myself? You think I want to be in a ban for 30 days? When someone reports something, like on Facebook, it was bullying and harassment. On TikTok, it was nudity. When people report you for bullying and harassment, that's the person that I'm supposedly bullying. So on Facebook, when they tell me that my Facebook post is bullying, who do you think reported it? Me? I bullying myself? Use your head, people. It's the person that I'm talking about that I covered her name. They find ways to create other Facebooks. I might block one page, but they might have 10. I didn't know about the 10 pages. Then they go on that post and they report it, and now I'm on a ban. That's if I don't win my appeal, which I won. I won it on Facebook today, and I won it on TikTok today. But I don't always win. So again, when people say that my stories are fake, even my text threads, I've had 2 of my text threads reported for harassment and bullying. 30-day bans. How can I report myself? Why would I do that and lose my page for 30 days? Who would want to do that shit? So when people say that my stuff is fake, I accept it because I know that I can never prove you guys that I'm telling the truth. The bans don't matter. Nothing matters to y'all. When I do show the names, I get reported too. Don't forget that. So when I show you a video of a woman having a fit in a bathroom, you'll say, well, she's a content creator. She was just joking. So if a guy got on there and said, I love 7-year-olds. Oh, I love the way they look. Ain't they fresh? Would y'all say he's just joking? No, you wouldn't, right? You want his whole life taken away, right? So where's that same energy? She can joke though, right? About trapping a man, but a man can't joke about wanting to be with a younger girl. Make it make sense, ladies? Because y'all the main ones are the biggest hypocrites in the world. A woman is the biggest hypocrite in the world. The biggest hypocrite. Leave Jada alone. She's suffering with alopecia. She had alopecia when she was fucking August Alsina too. Y'all didn't give a fuck then. So Jada said to herself, damn it, they know I'm a piece of shit. They know I preyed on this man who was 2 sleeps away from the upper room. So what can I do to take the heat off of me for being a hoe? Ooh, alopecia. I'm gonna embrace this bald head. Jada Pinkett has millions and millions of dollars to get her hair fixed, y'all. I don't buy into the bullshit. G.I. Jane can say everything she wants to say. I don't care. You're rich. If you wanted hair, bam, you'll fucking have hair. Mayweather has hair. Deion Sanders has hair. These were men that were bald as a milk dud, and they have hair. So I don't want to hear that shit about, oh, she's suffering and she's not a... You know how many people have what she has, but they have a lump side of head? They got dents and potholes in their head. They don't have the money to fix it. So she's not empowering shit. She's acting just like Derek Jackson. Got y'all feeding into her bullshit. If Jada Pinkett really cared about alopecia, tell me what charity did she donate millions of dollars to? Tell me what fans did she give money back to help them with hair replacement treatment? I'm waiting. No, she ain't did shit. I suffer from alopecia and I actually give back. I'm not rich. I'm not Jada Pinkett rich. So what I'm saying is, if it was a real thing to her, she would have something that she's doing for her fans that follow her that have it. You know what? Today I want to do something for my fans. The first 10 people, I want to give you guys $1,000 to a hair transplant. Something like that. They got the money. You know they got the funds. So don't sit up here and tell me this woman gives a fuck about your alopecia. She don't. She was just fucking a younger guy, got caught, looked even stupider on TV, and now she had to do something to take away from her being a piece of shit. Well, I'm sorry, I don't forget. She's still a piece of shit in my book. She had the same bald head under them wigs and she was fucking August Alsina. It's probably pulling on her. So again, I'm not buying this alopecia line, y'all. So like I said, at the end of the day, we just got to do better and stop being hypocritical. And we got to start addressing things that happen. Women that do that, let's not support them and share it. You know, and say, yeah, this is funny. Let's hold them accountable. If you're going to share it, add some stuff to it like we got to stop this. Don't say she's funny. You guys go to her page. She's so funny. Okay, I'm just looking at your comments. Hold on. Let me see. No, but you crazy. Okay, give them the Drake treatment. Yeah, I mean, Clement, they said that Drake puts hot sauce in his kind of. Why do celebrities got to do that? But then again, why would you want to sleep with someone you got to do that to? Like I said, these celebrities, it's harder for them to find love because you don't know if they want you or they want your money, right? So the best thing I can tell a celebrity to do is take your time. Don't fuck right away. It shouldn't be about fucking anyways, right? Get to know this person first. Set a trap. You know, sometimes it's okay to set a trap to make sure she's good. You might have to do that. You might have to do that. But a lot of these women that they're picking up are these IG models that have no job. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do whatever they can to set up Drake, poke a hole in the front, whatever they can. But see, Drake was smarter than her. Most men, they just leave their condoms right there on the bed while they pulling down their pants, and then that moment, boop, she pulling a safety pin out of her bra, boop, back there. Bra full of bra on the side of the bed. You never know. See, women are smart, guys. They'll put a safety pin in their bra. Safety pins are really small. They are. They can attach it to their shirt. You don't even know they got the safety pin. So you could have your own condom. But before y'all get down into let me start taking off my clothes. She got you. She got you right there. Because you wasn't looking. It's that simple for these women. They're trying to get paid. Why? Why would I want to work when I can get 10, 15,000 a month to sit on my ass and eat Cheetos and kick my feet up and be pregnant? He's paying for the medical bills. He's paying for my lifestyle. That's 18 years of that fancy lifestyle, right? This is what these women are thinking. He's about to pay all my bills. So again, this is a real thing, you guys. And men are going through it, and somebody's going through it right now. And the judge can't do nothing about it because he's finding out after the fact. So it's too late. So let me see. I'm looking at more comments. Question. Did she even mention it while Steven, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's out here doing. I don't know what Steven is talking about. Did she even mention it while all of that was going on? I don't know what you're talking about, Steven, if you can elaborate. But the woman that I called out, she on my Facebook, because I wasn't in the group, but the woman that I was talking about, she posted that in a group and thought it was funny. It was sent to me with her Facebook link. I did some digging, and it turned out that she did have a 7-year-old kid, you know, and the dad, he makes really good money, 6 figures. So when I sent it to the dad and he saw it, you know, he immediately called me through Facebook and we talked. And he said that he knew he wasn't tripping. He said, I just really thought I bought a bad batch of condoms. He said, it happens. He said, I even looked it up. He said, I actually thought condoms were 100% until I looked it up online and they're not 100%. He said, but I'm going to try to use this in court. Do you think I have a case? And I told him, no, you don't have a case. You don't. She might have said this in a group, but she had all these emojis behind it. So she can easily say I was joking. Why would I do that to him? We were dating. They were in a relationship when she got pregnant. So he can't say, well, she forced me to have sex with her. They were actually girlfriend and boyfriend, you guys. So he honestly doesn't have a case. And that's the sad part. He doesn't have a case. You know, I mean, now he knows, but what can he do with it? The only thing he did was cry. Because he said 7 years, I'm finding this out now. I knew I wasn't crazy. So it's sad. He's a good dude, but there's nothing he can do. But now he knows the truth. He knows in his heart that she really did that shit. but you have to prove that to a judge. And I told him, don't call her, just text her. Say that somebody sent it to you. See if she'll text you. And so far, she hasn't slipped up. So like I said, she's not a dumb broad. She's not dumb. Let me see. Just looking. Hey, Daphne, don't get on Daphne's bad side. No, I don't blast people for no reason. Like I said, only people I blast are people that you guys need to be aware of. If people are playing the system, if people are tricking men, I think people should be aware of it. When I share it on my Facebook, I'm not sharing it to get views and likes. I'm trying to bring awareness because I know I have a big platform. But what if I didn't say anything? Some man is going to get trapped because he wasn't using his head. Now he could say, well, you know what? This girl I've been dating, she does buy my condoms all the time. See, somebody is going through this right now. So some people would say, well, why are you sharing it and giving it more attention? Because it needs to be brought up, right? You got women right now saying, here you go, babe. Here's your condoms. I bought them for you. And she already, did what she had to do to them. So maybe this can protect that man from saying, you know what? I'm going to buy my own condoms and keep them right there on me. I don't trust nothing. And it's perfectly okay. And then when she says, babe, let me buy your condoms. I buy them. Then he'll know something's up. Why won't she let me buy my own shit? That's weird, right? So I do it to bring awareness because you got a lot of people that are not thinking like this, y'all. They're not thinking like this. Okay, let's see. I'm just looking at the comments here. Yes, Nova. Yep. So, I'm going to be wrapping this up. But yeah, like I said, I do life coaching. I do counseling. We have a lot of people, in this world. And I'm one of the few that I got your back. I'm not a bad person. I don't just dox people for the hell of it. Again, you would have to threaten my life for me to dox you. But what I do outside of social media is I work with people. There are people right now that follow me that have my phone number. Now, I'm not saying my personal phone, but I do have two phones. I have a phone for counseling and I have a phone that's my phone. But it's still a real number. It belongs to an iPhone. It's a real cell phone number. So I do give people my cell phone number that want to use my services as far as counseling. I don't work with people that procrastinate, but I would be your counselor and help you with life coaching. If you want to go to school, I have partnerships with people. I want to help you succeed. But I don't play games. So if anybody's interested in maybe going back to school, or if anybody's interested in life coaching and they need some guidance, I want you to do that because our Black people, a degree is like having a loaded gun. It's a weapon. A lot of y'all don't go back to school. These women are lazy. And for women to be the most educated race, I disagree. Because in my counseling, I work with a lot of men and they're actually pursuing degrees. It's women who say, I don't know if I want to do this because they want to get that child support check. Why get a degree to get a job when I can just get Pookie to get me pregnant and have his baby? And that way I can work I don't have to work. My job will be getting that check. My workout will be going to the post office to pick up that check. That's my workout. My workout will be going to the hair girl to let her do my hair. That's their workout. So why do that? I honestly think that they need to redo those numbers because I have a lot of men that tell me I need a degree because I'm tired of working at Taco Bell. I'm tired of working these low-end jobs. And these women that I'm working with, a lot of them don't even work because they got somebody that's taking care of them. So like I said, ladies, you got to do better. You have to do better. And like I said, I don't help the whole world. I help those who are serious. I don't play games. So I agree with a little bit of what you said, Nova. Don't play with me. Don't play with my time. So again, my counseling, my coaching is absolutely free. I don't charge people 1 penny. So you would think I would have 1,000 people, but I don't have time like that. But I do help people and I don't charge them. You get a lot of these platforms that say, you want to know how you can change your life? Buy my book, $20. You don't have that from me here, guys. I don't ask for anything. People ask me for my cash app, I give it to you. But I'm not going to offer it up saying, oh, I need money. I don't do that. But I do help out for free. When people need child support help, it's free. No one can say, Daphne charged me $100. The tools I use to dox people for other people, that is going to cost you because I'm not going to be no idiot now. The tools I use, I still pay for. So I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, free for you. No. And it all depends if I want to take your case. So again, guys, I'm here to help you out. I'm here to be here for you, but You got to want it yourself. And ladies, I'm not going to sugarcoat. So if you want my help and you tell me you're doing some crazy shit, be careful who you say that to. I can't let it ride if you're telling me, yeah, I'm grooming my daughter. She's 15 and I started an OnlyFans for her. Then you're not going to get me saying, yes, sis, make that money. No, I'm going to get your ass. So that's not the way I work. So be careful what you say to me too, because if I hear it, I gotta act on it. Like I said, ladies, you gotta stop setting these men up. I don't want to see you on cold case files. I don't want to see you on first 48, but that's where you're gonna be if you keep playing with these men. They shouldn't have to put hot sauce in a condom. They shouldn't have to have a condom taped to them so it don't fall off. They so scared. They shouldn't have to go through all this. Stop playing games. Get a job and do something for yourself. But stop trapping these men because you're gonna mess with the wrong one. We Need Justice. Did you have anything else you needed to say, hon, before I wrap up?
No, I, as always, I appreciate you doing this, and for me, this is the reason why I advocate for men, because people don't want to believe that men and boys are being raped and abused. There is a 501c3 organization called the National Association of Men Loving Boys. They can raise funds to support their love of boys. I think that that is something that is wrong, and there are women the same way. So I grew up with I guess you want to say, my cousins, my peers, or whatever, the things that were being done to me. When I discovered that they were also being done to my male cousins, and that they were like, shut up, don't say anything, don't bring it up, don't talk about it, nothing like that. I grew up in families of men who were being beaten and abused. So I speak up, and sometimes I don't talk about my life or my story because I really want the tables to turn. I really want the tables to turn so that men can get justice too. So that's why I say we need justice, men too, because this is it's an evil. It's not a game. It's an absolute evil where, particularly black men, there's a hatred of black men, but there is a hatred of men in general. But there is a very deep seated hatred for black men, and it's coming from within our community, and it's coming from outside of our community. But I think the worst thing is that if you cannot trust yourself to be a man in the community, and don't say, well, cut your balls off or whatever, tie your tubes, tie your tubes, or close your legs, whatever. But somebody needs to be held accountable for the things that are being done, because men are starting to off themselves, and that's something that used to be unheard of for a black man to do.
I definitely agree. And We
and
Need
and
Justice.
so it has to stop. Yes.
Sean, can you see the comments right now? We Need Justice.
Hold on, let me see. It says,
Okay, I just wanted you to
and
read
I
what
want
Sean
to,
said. Yeah, go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
and I didn't, and that's what I'm saying, is I thank you for your apology, and like I said, it does not take anything away from me at all, because it's my life. It's
Right,
unfortunate that I've had enough things happen in my life for 1,000 people. I asked the question myself, why so much stuff, bad stuff, had to happen to me when I didn't do anything except for
right.
be born.
I heard
But
that.
it's the facts. So I don't talk about something that I got off the news or off the internet. I speak of what I've been through,
Your
in
truth.
hopes that somebody else won't go through that, by learning from the things that happened to me. And for men, and generally, I need for anybody who's in, who has a man in your life, whether it's your cousin, your brother, your uncle, whatever, listen to them. Don't judge them. Listen to them and believe them. Don't make them go out and pull you a video or something. If they say it, how do you know how hard it is to speak up? And
You're
if they
right.
speak up, don't shut them down. Don't shut them down. And sometimes your favorite person in your family could have been mean the world to you, but they could have been hell to your other cousins. I went through that. I went through that. Is that a predator knows which child to pick on.
I
which
agree.
child to pick on, and they will pick on, they will be the greatest uncle, cousin, auntie, whatever, to one set of cousins, and be just absolute evil
You're right.
to a whole different. So it's like, you don't know the stories and the secrets that your family members are keeping.
Right. Right. Well, I mean,
So,
you said
believe
a lot.
them when if they speak up. If they speak up, believe them. Please,
That's right.
please
That's
believe
right.
them.
Now, y'all heard We Need Justice. Like I said, she definitely shared a lot with us today. And to any man or woman that has been trapped like that, I hope you do seek justice. If you have the proof, seek it right away. Tomorrow's show will be called You Are Not the Father. We are going to address men who have paid child support for years and women getting a slap on the wrist for lying their asses off. So tomorrow might not be a great episode as far as positivity, because a lot of men will call in with some hate about them being told in court that they weren't the father of like an 18-year-old or a 20. It's sad when they find this out. They trusted the woman that much where this is my child, I'm gonna step up and do what a father does, and it turns out it was never his kid. So we will dive into You Are Not the Father tomorrow. And I'm hoping that Carl, remember our guy Carl from the other day, I'm hoping that he can reach out to me so we can talk to him about his crazy life. Remember about the wife and all the wife slept with the friend. I'm hoping that Carl can reach out. We will be addressing people who found out years later they weren't the father and they paid all this money, and why women are not being held accountable. So tomorrow's going to be fun, you guys. I want to say thank you to everyone who attended today. And there has been people asking me about my shirts. Shout out to Art of Kicks, who had received the shirts for me today. I am still selling mental health shirts, and I figured you'd say that shirts. I will be launching some new merch today on my Instagram and Facebook, so stay tuned. But guys, please stay tuned to tomorrow's show, You Are Not the Father. It will be at 5:30, and it's going to be good, y'all. We're going to be laughing our asses off, but we also going to be mad because we're going to hear about men who have spent thousands and thousands of dollars all to find out that he was never the father of the child, and he gets not one penny back. Ain't that some shit? So we're going to dive into that. And I want to say, I hope you guys have a great Monday. Stay blessed. And if anybody needs any counseling or resources for school, inbox me on Instagram at celebrity, and I will talk to you. If you're serious, if you're not, I will block you. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'm out.